Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time on this channel again. A time for Titans to rise. It is a time for the ProPokeBowl Season 3 to begin. My name is ProPokeNoob, and it's damn dark in here. Thank you very much for working. Thank you very much. Welcome. How are we doing today? This is the start of Season 3. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is ProPokeNoob. I will be your primary commentator and analyst, so you're not going to get much out of this tournament. Just watch the battlers instead. We are starting tonight with 8 participants looking to get their name into the ProPokeBowl Championship Cup. If you guys never watched this before, it is a 12 Pokemon roster in a 6v6 mixed OU singles match. It is a series of 2 battle done where people battle 2 battles. They try and accrue as many points as possible to get themselves in the playoffs and then play for the Championship Cup. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. We have some wonderful people lined up for you. Let's just get straight into it with the names of the people who are going to be joining us today. We have Team W Wellington with Ivan Valdez 11, champion of Season 2. Galissa Padres with Coach World Leader 9000. The Houston Haluchas with Coach Inert Fury, brand new face in the tournament. The reigning champion of the Celebrity Edition, hosting and coaching the LA Legends, Sweet D, a.k.a. Diego of old. Returning challenger, New York Nidoran Males with Coach Mitchie W. A new contender, Ottawa Centrets with Coach Lupin98. The Arizona Articunos with Lord Scrubbington as the coach. And last but not least, a brand new face to the channel. No one knows who he is, but he's going to be bringing something good. New York Ninetales with Coach Mitch926. We wish all these people good luck. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. There will be one small semantic that you'll have to follow me with. Why is that not working? Is Numlock on? Hey, what is that? Got it. Numlock wasn't on. There will be one small semantic for the drafting tonight. Tonight is only drafting. Battle start next week, August 16th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch the ProPokeBowl every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the next 9 weeks. Isn't that great? It's going to be super fun. Tonight, they will just be drafting their teams. The way they go through the draft is they basically choose from one tier, and it'll impact the way that they choose from the other tiers. If they pick an OU Pokemon, they can only pick on their subsequent pick a PU-NU Pokemon, and then it resets a UU Pokemon, RU-PU, and etc., etc. The list is down below in the rules if you guys would like to take a look at the process of them doing that. There will also be bands that will follow a very similar format. It promises to be good. A lot of these people are very experienced already in the ProPokeBowl and know what they're going to be doing, and as a result, we'll be showing some great stuff. The pools were released on Monday. A lot of things were teased over Twitter, but you can also take a look at the draft pools down below. I believe I didn't actually put them up, but you can take a look at them through other people if you'd like. I've actually organized it. I've made it easier, so now it'll just be one document next time to show you the 2 pools. That'll be for the next season. But either way, they are very stacked, and they're very exciting to be see how people draft their way through. We talked a lot about what we're going to be expecting this time. Now a lot of people have been pretty much engorged and engrossed in the 7th gen meta, and it'll be up to them to actually play it out. I feel like there's going to be a lot more standard picks this time, a lot more 7th gen meta looking battles as opposed to some older battling, which we had more in the Celebrity Edition. So I'm very excited to see how this is going to be leading off. But of course, you need to know what order these people are going to be picking in, so as a result, let me get that right up for you right here. Bam! That is not it. Bam! That's it right there. I'd like to thank random.org, as always, the main sponsor of this tournament. This thing helps us out so well. If you guys need a reminder of the picks and bans and the process of it, please open the document below so you guys can get that going. I'm going to open up just to make sure I don't make a mistake. As you can see, I like to do this. The 39 LA Legends. I like to do this on screen so you guys know that I'm not rigging it or anything like that. This gets randomized before Pool 1 and Pool 2. So you guys will have access to seeing this to make sure that nothing is rigged and stuff like that, as well as the brackets are also done on screen so you guys don't know I'm rigging the seeds so people play particular ones. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to give you the order. I'll post it in chat so you guys can keep track of it. I will give you some extra time to take a look at it. Pool 1 will be displayed on the screen. You guys will have 7 minutes to just look it over, make some final changes to your pick and ban order, and then we will just draft from there, and we will do it all through voice and through chat. Nice and simple, nice and straightforward. Without further ado, we have all the teams right here. Legends, Arizona Articunos, New York Nidoran Males, Wellington, Galissa Padres, Centrets, New York Ninetales, and the Houston Haluchas. Where the hell is Rich? Is he here? Is he actually here? Oh god, he's not here. Oh. Well, if he doesn't show up, his Pokemon get randomized. That's a shame. I have no speeches written, Starlo. This is all done off the cuff. It's kind of scary that way. Doesn't mean I do it well all the time, but I can do it the best I can. We'll give it a couple more minutes, but let's just talk about a little bit about what we were talking about with the draft. Just to review anything we went over yesterday. Not to go into too much detail. If you guys did show up yesterday, you got quite a bit of information on what I was looking forward to in this tournament. We pointed out there is quite a bit of an imbalance, per se, with the Pokemon, in the sense that there are quite a bit of Pokemon that are powerful, but in terms of types, not as spread out as you would think. There are a few types that are missing variety, whereas other types actually have a little bit more. The nice thing about it is there are only 2 prevalent weather starters, both in the form of hail and sand. We don't actually expect to see any weather wars, and most of the time people have basically said the upper drafts, the upper pools actually carry a fair amount of power that'll either get targeted as first ban or first pick. So I'm very excited to see how people are going to skill around this and make sure they don't give away too much power. Otherwise, it could definitely cost them. I'd also like to remind everyone that we are starting a new thing this time, so if I'm just going to pull it up quickly just to give everybody an idea. Does this work? Do I do this? Bam. Did that work? Hey, it did. Perfect. We are going to be implementing a new thing this tournament. It's going to be Pokemon trades. This is going to make it very interesting. So we've always focused on draft being the most important thing in this tournament, but just to review this in case you did not come out last night, the Pokemon trade system we put into place after Pool 1 and Pool 2 are drafted, the remainder of the Pokemon are put into a trade pool. Before each week, participants may choose... Wow, I'm actually saying this without reading it. That's impressive. It's almost like I type the way that I say. Participants can choose to trade out Pokemon from their roster to one of the Pokemon in the pool. It can only be of an equal or lesser tier. The way that this is going to work is it is done in private. The people who have the lower rankings in the tournament have the first priority with their picks or with their trades. After this happens, it'll be announced on Sundays. Everyone will know by Sunday whose Pokemon have been approved to be switched out, in which case I will appropriately update the trade pool and your team rosters. Once that is done, you will have the opportunity to add that to your team. It'll be on your team permanently for that week after until you trade. If you succeed in a trade, you cannot trade the subsequent week. If you do not succeed in the trade, then you have the opportunity to do it again the week after. So basically, only people who succeed cannot do it in a row. I know it's like free agency, but I already used the free agents list Mitch name, so I can't just copy it. So, but either way, the idea is this is to open up a little bit more complexity to team building, maybe correct any oversights that may have happened. Of course, you've had multiple days now to look at the pools, so there should be a lot more preparation. This should actually go quite smooth tonight. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know what's going to be going on and what they want. It's mostly just going to depend on the pick order, and we just go from there. But this will make it so that people can actually have a little more flexibility. They might be able to pick up a Pokemon that'll help them in a particular week, or deny Pokemon that might help other people's teams if they see the shortcomings. Of course, people in the lower ranks can also use this to try and play around with a little bit of stuff. If they see it's not going too well, it makes it for a lot more fun. They can just have some fun with Pokemon. Some rules to follow for these Pokemon trades. Number 1 is that you cannot trade after week 1. You cannot trade until after, you cannot trade for week 1 battles. The draft that you get tonight is the draft that you keep for at least week 1 afterwards, in which you can suggest trades to me. You must make your trades solid and discreet. Once you make the trade, you cannot take it back and say, oh, I want to trade it up for this. Once you've sent it into me and I receive it via a whisper or some kind of connection that is not made public knowledge, you cannot change it. You just gotta kind of hope it didn't go through. You cannot, Starlord. You missed a day. But if you want, you can be a sub. We do have the free agents list, which is a list of subs that people can be to help out battlers if they miss days. If you succeed in a trade, we've already gone over that. And another thing to note is that please do not assume someone is on your team unless it's been approved. It'll be approved via the channel feed and Twitter, as well as on the trades list and in your team rosters. If you look at your team sheets, which you guys can access right now, if you go to the bottom of the channel under the ProPokeBowl tab, you can see that everything has been updated with links now. You now have links. You can watch things happen live, and you can go from there. So you do not assume that you have the Pokemon until you see the announcement every Sunday. The time during the Sunday, I have no idea, but you will get it by Sunday, guaranteed. If not, I'll send it out like Saturday night so you guys can access it and see it. Of course, show up by the channel, look in the channel feed, and you can get the updated drafts from, or updated trades from there. If there are no actual questions about this, I'm just kind of waiting a little bit for Rich. I know he's got work, so kind of give him a little bit of benefit of doubt. Can somebody check on Discord for him, please, just to make sure? I really don't want him to miss it. I know he's, you know. I have... Oh, the other thing was, just as a quick aside, the other thing that we're going to be doing tonight is Lord Scrubbington has told me that he is on a plane on an unforeseen circumstance, aka vacation, that he was not expecting to happen at the same time as this. So tonight, what will end up happening is he sent me a list of picks and bans that I'm going to draft for him. It will not be biased. It will be followed exactly as the list that he puts it. So there will not be any rigging if he chooses a certain thing. The most that I'll do is use logic in terms of, you know, not giving him 6 fire types on a team if it is. So that's just how we're going to be doing it for tonight with that. Otherwise, everything else will be pretty much the same. Rich is not online. Oh, dear God. Show us the proof. I have a ducktail? Where? Well, you want proof? Here. Ready? I'll flash it to you. I'll show you. Ready? 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 Get ready to get the screenshot, boys. Here we go. 3. Did it change? Ready? 3. Oh, that's not it. 1. That's not it either. 9. Ready? Ready? Here we go. Woo! Okay, there you go. You saw it. There was a list. My head is a ducktail? Interesting. Rich wants gumshoes. I knew that. We're going to have to randomize his picks at this point. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully nothing bad has happened. But we're going to have to see. Generally, the way that we do this, of course, if the person does not show up, they do not get a team until afterwards. So they get actually the remnants of the pool, and I use the randomizer to actually pick his team. So that's what it's going to happen. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Count of 3. 1, 2. Oops. I never follow my actual orders. This is the pick order. Look at that. Tyler is first. The Arizona Articunos will be leading off with our picks, followed by the Galisso Padres, then the New York Nidoran Males, followed up by W. Wellington, the LA Ladians in the 5th pick, New York Ninetales 6th, Ottawa Central 7th. And look at that. The man who's not here put in the power position. That's a big, unfortunate mishap for him. Sad thing about that is he actually has, we've talked about pick order, and we've basically stated that he, like, the 1st and 8th pick generally have some kind of advantages for the most part, but every position generally has some, you know, priority in a sense based on where they are in the lists. But, unfortunately, that's going to happen. I'm sure you did, World Leader. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with the draft pool. You will have 7 minutes again to take a look at it. And, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's get that up for you right now. Ba-bam. There is the list. You guys already have this list, but let's leave it up for you here. Pop the timer here, which apparently is not happening again because for some reason it's silly like that. That is definitely not what we're looking for. That one. Thank you. For some reason it reset my timer thing. I guess I have to do monitor capture. Oh my god. Oh, that's just stupid. Ah. Wait for it. I'll get your timer for you. Of course, if you expect professionalism, this is the best you can get from the professionalism of the stream. Shabam. There we go. Hey, it's in the right spot. So you'll have 7 minutes. Take your time with it. Of course, if you need the order again, it's been posted in chat there. I'm going to organize the things in the meantime. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck. For those of you who are not watching the time, you have 30 seconds left before we begin the picks, leading off with the Arizona Articunos. Actually muted. There we go. Hey, look at that. Thank you very much, Diego. That's the second time. Did it perfectly. Perfectly. All I was saying is I'm moving the teams over to here. We've put in order. If you guys want to follow the teams at the bottom, you can in the teams list. You can just follow it. I've put it from 1 to 7 or 8. So this is the way it's going to work. If, let's say, Rich shows up later, what he can basically do is we'll leave it until the end of the second pool. If he shows up in time for the second pool, he can pick for that. It'll still be randomized. He could join in there. But otherwise, we'll basically think of it as one pool at a time, depending on where if he comes in halfway for this pool, we'll fit him in there, and we'll just go from there. All right, so starting off with the Arizona Articunos, Mr. Scrubbington has asked me to ban Latios as his first Pokemon to take it out. Does not want to see this Pokemon. This Pokemon carried Diego all the way through the last one. The Latios has been eliminated off the pool. How is it not cut? I thought I cut it. Did I not cut it? That's great. So he has asked for Latios to be banned, which means he'll have to ban a PUNU in the next one. Next pick order. What do we got here? I'm going to keep this open up over here. I need the order. There we go. Ban. Here we go. Galissa Padres, it is your ban. What will you be banning? Link what, Diego? What are you looking for? With Latios off the field, actually, it takes away quite a lot of power. I would like to point out quickly, if you guys did not hear my analysis of the pools, you can take a look at yesterday's VODs, August 8th. You can take a look at it there. That's why we kind of did it. The pre-show was kind of done, so we can get this done. Oh, you want the team pages? Got it. 1 second here. It's at the bottom, by the way, if you ever want to access it, but I'll give it to you here. Bam. World Leader, quickly, what is your choice? Your chat is working, World Leader. It is your ban. What would you like to ban? If it makes it easier for you, World Leader, you can always whisper to me, and that's perfectly fine, too. I'm not going to cheat. Landorus Therian! Not going to see that thing ever put into this. That is unfortunate. But clearly it is another very strong OU Pokemon that's being taken out here, so definitely want to get rid of that. Oh, God. Put that back, please. I said put that back. It's lagging quite a bit. I do apologize. But that is a good ban. So he'll have to ban a PUNU next time. Next up, New York Nidoran males. Mitch. What is your ban? Mitchie. Sorry, I have to say Mitchie because we have a Mitch and a Mitchie. So, Mitchie OG Mitch that I know and played a lot with. So far, it's already 2 OU targets, which were expected. The very, very big powerhouses in draft pool number 1. We expect a few more giant powerhouses to be taken out. Also used as just a pivot to ban other important things that might be useful to people's teams. Umbreon is actually taken out. A personal favorite of Ivan's. But it's going to be removed. It is a giant pain, considering that we saw quite a bit of fighting types. It's a little bit of a surprise, but it can be a quite powerful Pokemon in case you have not drafted into that. So Umbreon will be removed. Up next, Ivan. So that means that he is allowed to ban from UU or PUNU on the next rotation. Ivan, it is your turn. Your ban, please. Hope I didn't get my rules wrong. Because just to remind you guys, if you pick an RU, you can pick from any other tier. But in the ban section, if you ban from RU, you can only ban from UU or PUNU. Excadrill, interesting. Mentioned Sand. We didn't think that Sand would actually be a team that we'd have to worry about, but Excadrill in itself is a very good mold breaker Pokemon with spin. It has very, very strong capabilities to actually just stall out for a team and can just bring some great SD support. But that is going to be shot in the foot even more, almost making Sand completely non-existent. So you will have to ban a PUNU Pokemon afterwards. LA Ledians, Diego, your ban, please. Already thinning the OU pool. This could be dangerous, though, as the Arizona Articunos and the top 4 Pokemon, or top 4 players, can actually take quite a bit of power picks. Alolan Ninetales removed from the board. This was actually a surprise pick that came out and brought quite a bit of power. Obviously a 7th gen Pokemon. If you don't know what it does, it brings Hail, which can also bring Aurora Veil, which is basically a Reflect and a Light Screen in the same turn. Very good at bringing support. So as Freeze Dry has a lot of powerful abilities to it. Ice Fairy is a very good offensive typing and makes it for a very big pain in the ass. So he'll be able to ban RU or PUNU after that ban. Mitch, New York Ninetales. He just took out your Ninetales mascot. What is your ban? Keep in mind, after this, the pixel will go back 1 to 8, and we will be snaking from there. Virizion! Ooh, opening himself up to take out a powerful Pokemon in the list, but also allows him to ban from any other tier in the next rotation. That is a very smart ban. Virizion just being a really strong Pokemon, and actually one that we looked at that would be extremely difficult for people to manage, because it's going to allow you to go anywhere you want. After you pick it up in NU, you can pick up an OU Pokemon to pick up Virizion. That thing being an NUPU, very, very good for helping you get out of that whole OU trap. But it's gone, which means if people want to do it, they might have to go with a slightly less stronger pick. Last ban, Lukeman, it's up to you. Your ban will lead us back into the Arizona Articunos getting their first pickup. I would also like to point out that a lot of these Pokemon were actually on Diego's team when he won the Celebrity Edition. Chansey being the final ban. Chansey just being a giant pain in the ass. We have all felt the wrath of Chansey if we played Pokemon Showdown. Very, very good at stalling. The Wish support mixed with any type of Seismitoss, Thunder Wave. It's got Toxic, it's got Aromatherapy. It's a very, very strong Pokemon. These things definitely put dents into people's teams and just puts a lot of stress on resources. Having said that, though, it's funny how all these Pokemon are being banned when we mentioned that fighting has some very powerful support. However, that is not the case. Let us go over to the Arizona Articunos. His first pick, ladies and gentlemen, if I can find it here. Where is he? Where did I put it? His first priority pick is Conkeldurr. It's Conkeldurr. Oh, dear God. We were actually having a bit of a discussion about this here and there, but he wanted Conkeldurr. Very bulky Pokemon, very few answers, and I think it was something that a few players were actually eyeing, but he does want to pick it up and is going to opt for the PUNU choice afterwards. Galissa Padres, it is now your pick. You have the pick of the litter. What is your new pick, considering that everybody wanted Conkeldurr? Argued as a Pokemon that has no answer. As we mentioned, a lot of the fairy types that would try and wall it off were actually especially defensive mons. Plus, it does get Poison Jab, which would have heavily picked on those Pokemon. And with having other defensive mons removed, even though it would have smashed Umbreon and Chansey, it just makes it so difficult for people to handle. But it is going to be gone. World Leader is going to pick up the Ivan Special, takes the Gengar. He will be opting into a PUNU pick in the next rotation. Now, Gengar was a little bit nerfed in 7th Gen. He now has Cursed Body instead of Levitate, but still has very good offensive pressure. You have to keep in mind that this is a mixed OU tournament, and as such, in a mixed tournament, you got to assume that not everyone is going to have the same amount of power, which means this does put a lot of good strength into this pool for him. New York Nidoran males, Mitchie, what is your pick? Pick of the litter, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Mitch brought out some very interesting choices in the last tournament, did well with them. All things considered, let's see if he goes a little bit serious, and he goes straight for the Mega Man. Can't blame him with the Megas being released. Something that is definitely in the eyes of everybody is a base 130 Mega that brings huge Volt Switch and just offensive pressure to a team in the form of Manectric. Definitely going to be doing that. Trading up for a PU and U pick on the second rotation. Excellent choice. Seems to be that Ivan's been thinned, but luckily for him, it is now his pick. Why do I keep going backwards? Let's get this out of here. Ivan, it is now your pick. We have a bunch of OU already thinned out down to that. We'll have to see what he goes for here. So far, I think actually nothing but OU's picked up, so we'll have to see if anyone changes up or just keep going for the OUs. Nothing wrong with that, as mentioned. A lot of these pools are very stacked. It's really about taking this power pick Pokemon and then picking around them to make good teams. I definitely expect to see more stylistic teams coming out that actually match the 7th Gen meta. And what I mean by that is people will be picking Pokemon they're comfortable with, which was the same case for all the other seasons, but now they'll be more accustomed to Z moves. They'll be more accustomed to Megas in this format with the Z moves and all the other new Pokemon with the new sets that they've come out with. Ivan, your pick. Terrakion! This was an interesting one. It actually is a UU Pokemon, so you can have a pick of an RU or PUNU after. But Terrakion is still a very powerful poke. Can set up, can carry, and just bring some excellent pressure. Kind of like the, obviously the Rock Virizion. But Terrakion being that OG sweeper going all the way back to 5th Gen when on its release. Or was it released in 4th Gen? Either way, it doesn't matter. I think it was 5th Gen. But, gonna give him some nice pivot. We'll be able to pick an RU or PUNU afterwards. LA Ledians, Diego. Lost the Latios. Lost the other Pokemon that that has slipped my mind that he was going to use. He actually ends up going for Cofagrigus. Interesting. This actually seemed like a Diego Pokemon. Although Diego does definitely like to play with a more defensive core. So maybe this will start feeding into a defensive core he can see. As we mentioned, fighting types are quite powerful. Cofagrigus has got the Mummy ability, which knocks out a lot of the abilities. Also makes him forced to have to use a Dark move, which he might be able to synergize with another defensive mon. So we'll see if he can actually put good use to that. A good choice indeed. He will be able to pick from anything else, though. That is the one advantage he has. Next up, New York Ninetales, Mitch. Number 2. What is your pick of anything? It's funny how in mixed OU, some of these Pokemon get some really big value. We remember back to Season 2 with Ivan with the Cofagrigus Umbreon combination. Just super painful to fight. Very, very defensive. Could go Trick Room offense, could Nasty Plot, while Umbreon's just feeding everybody. Mitch is actually going to pick up a Rakundid. This is a Pokemon we haven't seen played on my channel much, but we have seen it here and there. And we know what it does. It blocks the fire moves with its Water Bubble, I believe, ability. But it's going to be very interesting, mainly because, as mentioned last night, as my computer lags, not a lot of fire variety to pick from, but, one thing is the Pokemon that are there are quite powerful fire Pokemon. I think they might actually have some value, in my opinion, when it comes to handling the meta. Having said that, Araquanid can actually somewhat negate that by taking it neutrally and cutting the damage in half. Also has Sticky Web support, just a very good specially defensive Pokemon. Water Bug type is not the worst typing either if he has to do anything with that, so I like the choice. Last but not least, so, because Inert Fury is not here, Lukeman, you actually get to pick your 2 picks here. So whichever Pokemon you choose, make sure, of course, they synergize with the ordering of the pools. You get to pick up your 2 Pokemon here. What are the 2 Pokemon you're going to be taking? You're actually going to be taking Sawsbuck. Sawsbuck's a Pokemon we haven't seen this turn. We haven't seen it in a very long time, in my opinion, but Sawsbuck has always been a very good normal grass type. Has Jump Kick, has Swords Dance. It can actually sweep quite well if you get it the proper setup. Plus, it has a good attack and speed stat. So, it's nothing to be like, oh my god, over, but it definitely does bring some pain and bring some variety to a team. Hornleech is no joke either. Keeps itself a little bit sustainable with the Life Orb as well. So, Lukeman, we're going to be going back to you because we're doing the snake format. Goes right back to you. He's going to pick up Volcarona. Ooh, that is a steal and a half, ladies and gentlemen. Volcarona is one of those fire types we talked about. Very highly prioritized in OU, but not even that. Just very, very powerful Pokemon. The Quiver Dance support even goes defensive. It can go back to the Magma Storm sets of old. It's definitely got a lot of pressure going for it, so definitely extremely scary. Now, Mitch, You have chosen Araquanid. That is an RU Pokemon. You can pick from any other tier. What Pokemon will you be taking? No, Breloom's not in this. He needs a fighting type. Not many left, sir. Welcome to the stream, Eventual Coma. Fighting is going to be highly contested, but remember, you have access to bands of Pool 1 and 2. We saw quite a bit of threatening fighting Pokemon in Pool 2. We'll have to see if everyone's thinking the same case, and as such, we'll actually ban the threats, which will make teams a lot more difficult to kill, but we're going to see what he's going to go with. Is Tyler actually here? Oh, cool. Tyler, you got Conkeldurr. But Lukman, Mitch. You have your second pick. PUNU, UU, or OU. What is your choice? Okay, Tyler. Good to know, man. Good luck on your vacation, sir. Thanks for showing up the best you can. By the way, thank you for those of you who did actually sub. The first month that we did get the subs. The second round of subs, if you have it to automatically update, have come through, and I do appreciate you with that resub. If I don't catch you on stream, then I definitely still give my love and thanks for that support. Eventual Coma, these were randomized. These Pokemon were just randomized into two pools, so... Mitch, where are you? Yes, not Mitchie. I'm going to call it Mitchie and Mitch. New York Ninetales. Yeah, see, both of you are New York, too. This makes it very difficult, but... Yes, you, Mitch. Make sure you pay attention. You've chosen an RU Pokemon. You can now choose PU, NU, UU, or OU. Very powerful to pick an RU Pokemon. Pidgeot. Ooh, this thing is just a pain in the ass. Very strong, though. I do like Mega Pidgeot, personally. Base 123 speed, mixed with the fact that it does get 100% accurate Hurricanes. Of course, the No Guard works against it, but... because of that, Mega definitely offers a very powerful Pokemon, almost similar to a Tornadus T, except more accurate. The only downfall of Mega Pidgeot, it has less move variety. You're kind of looking at like a Hidden Power, Heat Wave, Hurricane, and then U-Turn sort of support. There's other things that you can run with it, obviously, but still a very powerful Pokemon. L.A. Ledians, your last pick. This is so freaking laggy. I need different music. No! I'm pretty sure I know why it's lagging. I got this, guys. 1 second. Okay, shh. You need to die. We're gonna go back to other cool music here. There we go. Bam. Oh, that feels so much better. Okay. You chose Cofagrigus, Diego. It's an RU Pokemon. Pick from anywhere else. He actually picks up the Hippowdon. Interesting. So he does have the sand support. Don't necessarily think he's going to be building a sand team, but certainly is going to be getting a very nice defensive Pokemon. Does offer some great ground coverage. Also very bulky defensive Pokemon, which means that if we are thinking the way we are thinking that this meta could be going, get rid of those really big sweepers. Hippowdon can tank up a lot of hits. Also kind of difficult to wall break Hippowdon, considering he gets both Super Fang and I believe Slack Off at the same time. So offers quite a bit of support. W. Wellington, Ivan, you chose a UU Pokemon, which means you can now choose an RU or a PU-NU Pokemon. What is your choice? This is for the ProPokeBowl, Eventual Coma. It is a tournament we run on my channel. It is a seasonal specific channel tournament that we run here. It's a mixed OU tournament that we like to do here. It's super amazing. Unfortunately, you missed the due date if you wanted to join. But definitely we are accepting people who want to be subs for the participants if they need someone to cover for them on the weeks. The best way that we can incorporate other viewers who wanted to be in it. Everybody knows, man. Trust me, it's a super fun. It's for people of all skill levels. It's an amazing tournament we run on Pokemon Showdown. Brings out a lot of people cheering for teams and everything. It's cool. It's really fun. Ivan, your choice. PUNU or an RU Pokemon? Right? Right. Is my music too loud? Not. Good. Goodra! Goodra is an RU Pokemon this gen. That's pretty cool, actually. Goodra is a very nice Pokemon. Now, having seen the fairy types that are in the tiers, not a lot of fairy types. A couple of them do sweep, a lot of them are special defensive, so Goodra might not get that value. But against teams that don't have anything for it, this thing has base 150 special defense. and some good special attack. This thing is actually, I've seen Goodra do a lot of work just as a bulky, like, Assault Vest attacker, choice specs. This Pokemon could do quite a bit in a mixed tier. Very, very threatening. New York Nidoran males, Mitch. You chose Manectric, which means a PUNU Pokemon, please, sir. Sorry. You good? Okay. Oh no, Rich. Rich. Dude. Oh no. So Rich, we're already on the second rotation. What I'll let you do... Oh, Vileplume. Interesting. Now we were talking about kind of a budget Amoonguss here. Vileplume is actually a fairly bulky Pokemon used in lower tiers. This Pokemon actually does cause quite some issues. It does get the Giga Drain Sludge Bomb support as well, so it has a good way to just kind of do that pseudo poisoning, just really tank stuff up, give the Sleep Powder support. Super solid Pokemon. I like the pickup. Galissa Padres, especially making do with what he did. World Leader, you got Gengar, sir. What is your next choice? Rich, what I can do... Are you going to be online now? What I could do is just get rid of your... This is what we can do. Because I feel bad if you're stuck in traffic. That's a legit reason. You'll lose your first ban, and you lose your first 2 picks. Your other 2 picks will be randomized, but from here on in, you can make your second ban and your 4 picks. How's that? You are 8th in the list. Definitely a lot of power in Ari. There's a lot of power in everything. What's that Lycanroc? Now, this is Lycanroc day form. He cannot choose midnight form. It would have been specified. But Lycanroc day form, it's not bad. I do like what it brings. It's not, in my opinion, the super strong Pokemon. But I definitely do think that it's going to be okay. So, certainly, we'll give him some nice offensive pressure. Plus, there's not a lot of people that I think know about that Lycanroc. It is quite fast to my knowledge. So, we'll see what he's going to do with it. I'm very excited to see it. Now, Tyler is still not here, so I am going to be making his picks for him. Of course, I have his priority list right here. Let me pull that up again. So, Rich, you are actually 8th pick, so you will get some quick picks. Just keep that in mind, and we'll call you out. Don't worry. So, he chose Conkeldurr, which means his first NUPU pick has been gone. His second pick, believe it or not, is actually Minior. This Pokemon has Shell Smash, and I think is a giant pain in the ass. I think he really, really wanted to go with some kind of power that just is very unpredictable and becomes very strong once its armor breaks. This is a super oppressive Pokemon if not prepared, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to do with it. And the fact he actually had it close up on the list for banning means something about it, so... Seems to be a Diego Kryptonite, literally in a Meteor. Now, our Arizona Arculos, go back to it. He wants a UU pick. His top UU pick is actually Latias. That was a Pokemon that actually got through in this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm looking at the wrong pool. His pick is actually Amoonguss. So takes the Amoonguss, actually has that he is going to opt for an RU or a PUNU choice. Amoonguss, we all pretty much know what's happening. We know in the other pool there is the Alomomola Amoonguss Slowbro type of combination you can run. I'm sure that Regenerator Core will get shut down immediately. But Amoonguss is just a giant pain in the ass. Counters the fighting that we're expecting. Counters the fairy that can counter the fighting. Takes out a lot of Pokemon. Just becomes super oppressive for people to deal with. Galissa Padre, your third pick. It is of any Pokemon. What is your choice? Rich, I don't know how much you can open, but right now, if you want to take a look at the teams, unfortunately, it's going to be a little difficult for you, but if you can see the pool, you're definitely good from here. You know what's been banned in picks, so you're good. Also, please don't crash while you're waiting in traffic. I'm assuming you're not driving if you're talking in chat. So just as a reminder, everybody, for Inert Fury, we'll be randomizing his last 2 Pokemon, and then from the end of this pool, so you'll still be able to do that and make his second ban. His second ban could be of anything. We wouldn't know what his first ban is. It's completely fair. World Leader, your choice. Another fat and slow mom. We see a pattern, ladies and gentlemen. Snorlax is RU right now. That's so scary. He gets to pick anything and gets a giant threat like that. Snorlax just has some enormous bulk, leveled up with some stab body slam power, belly drum support if you want to. It has good move coverage as well. It's a very good Pokemon. Very excited to see it, despite the fact that I was thinking about the counters again, the things that seem to be really strong in this pool, as pointed out by all the participants and not me because I'm not that smart. But the point is, definitely interesting. New York Nidoran males don't even wait. They want the Registeel, another strong RU pickup to pivot into anything. You can already see Vileplume Registeel. That's a core that's just going to be super difficult to deal with. Registeel has always been a solid Pokemon to fight. Good defenses on both sides, 150 in both defense and special defense, and just a giant pain. Can bring Iron Head support to take out fairies as well. Definitely something to fear. Ivan, your pick of anything, please. Still quite a bit of power left in the pools. I'm excited to see what people are going to be looking for. I have a feeling that people are kind of waiting to see the number of steel or fighting types that are going to be picked up before even touching a fairy type. Fairy types are just really good against other people, but we'll have to see. It might just be people going for different combinations of Pokemon this time. So far, what I can tell from the picks is we're looking at a lot of early power, looking for the most powerful Pokemon that can kind of do some work on their team, followed up by then some defensive support. Delphox, going for the PUNU pick, has the pick of the litter as well to go anywhere else. Very interesting. Delphox is another fire type that we said would be kind of restricted, but the nice thing is it does bring the psychic support as well, so can do some stuff. Also, 104 speed is nothing to scoff at. This Pokemon can do some work. Falls a bit short. Actually, its coverage is not too bad, so we'll see what Ivan can do with it. He always brings out some cool sets with this stuff. Diego, pick of the litter, ladies and gentlemen. Cresselia! Ooh, Diego going slightly scumbag there. Picks up Moonduck. Ooh. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Diego-style team. Perfect, well, not perfect defensive core, but a super strong defensive core. Just to lead off into Pokemon that are going to be going in to his playstyle of playing a little bit more defensive. I am slightly concerned about the number of wall breakers that I've seen in the pool, but we'll have to see. I mean, you've given him both Cofagrigus and Cresselia. These things crap on the world, and plus Cresselia was an RU Pokemon. He gets the pick of the litter after. That's insane. Moving on to the New York Ninetales, Mitch926. This is your pick from any tier, sir. Goodger's another fat Pokemon which actually brings a little bit more offensive pressure. Having said that, Cresselia can Calm Mind, has Lunar Dance as well, has quite a bit of things it can do. Very, very interesting. Also, Diego wanted the upgrade to his Sliggoo pick from last time. Serperior going straight back to the OU pick. Serperior's nothing to scoff at. If you don't have anything set up for this, Contrary Leaf Storm going to do a bunch of damage to weaker Pokemon and just to lower tier Pokemon in general. This Pokemon is very unilateral, but can do the job well if it gets to it. Auto Eccentrix, Lukeman, your pick, sir. Definitely loving all the teams so far. I actually mean that. Like, you're not seeing you're seeing a pattern of power pick into 2 defensive picks. Definitely interesting. Thank you very much for the host, Clint. Quillfish. Ooh, ends up going for another defensive Mon here. It's such a cool pattern. Although he's gone for 2 offensive Pokemon, so this is the start to his defensive core with the Quillfish. Definitely going to be looking for that poison support. He also has both the support of the spikes and the toxic spikes. Plus this thing gets like Thunder Wave, it gets Explosion. It's got quite a bit of things. It can do Destiny Bond as well, even though it's nerfed in Gen 7. Has some good stuff going for it. Okay, Rich, here's how it's going to work. You are 8th pick. It is your turn. You get 2 Pokemon. Remember, they must follow the order of the tiering. If you pick a PUNU, it's anything. RU is anything. UU is below it. OU is only PUNU. What are your 2 Pokemon to start your team off? Working with very few Pokemon left in the pool. Unfortunately, missed his first 3 picks, but he's going to get them, or he missed his first 2. He will start picking up speed here. I can expect a couple of Pokemon he might try to use. You don't have anything right now, Rich. We were going to randomize it after the fact. So you get to start off with pretty much anything else. I apologize, Lukeman. I was going to give you the double pick, but it's only fair that we give Rich back. We're not, like, making money off of this. I'm sure you'll understand. Oh my god, there's a thinking thing with a Poro? Cool. If you don't know the story of actually Inert Fury, he did a contest a long time ago for people to suggest YouTubers who were going to play with him on a YouTube video, and we were just going to do some co-commentary. It turned out that we never actually did the video. We just became really good friends. I really do look up to him for his battling. I'm not sucking up to him right now. I actually mean it. He's a phenomenal battler, and I love watching what he does. He picks up a classic Rotom Heat to start his team off. Interesting choice. Guess that RU picking could go anywhere else with it. What is your next Pokemon, Rich? Rotom Heat, by the way, another powerful fire Pokemon we said. Gets the overheat, gets a nice volt switch. Can do a few things, and it does its job well as a fire electric Pokemon with Levitate. Gives it some great support. You will be able to choose from any other tier now for his second Pokemon as we go back up the snake. After these picks, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going back to Houston Hawluchas to start the second rotation of bans. Sorry, Diego. I loved watching you battle, too, and Mitch. Especially when Mitch would 6-0 you. But the point is, I don't think he ever 6-0'd you. Stupid question. Do I know what you're taking? Yes, it is, Rich. Sableye Mega is allowed. Oh, my God. He went there. We were wondering who was going to pick. I was actually curious about who was going to pick up the Sableye. I thought it would honestly be Ivan or Diego. It's actually Rich. Picks up the Mega Sableye. If you guys don't know what Mega Sableye does, it makes people cry. It's a very oppressive Pokemon. Super defensive. Has the Mirror Coat, or has the Magic Bounce as its ability. I know it's been a little bit nerfed now with the Prankster, but very, very painful to deal with. He has done it. Lukeman, you've picked Quillfish. You have a pick of RU, UU, or OU. Porygon Z left alone in the OU tier. Highly expected, in my opinion, to be left alone. Don't know about that. Might just be a final pickup for people, but we now have some very powerful Pokemon left in the lower tiers. We were waiting the Ottawa-centric pick. Pretty much, we're a leader. Sableye is so annoying. He actually picks up the Togekiss. First Fairy type picked up in this. Start answering some of these Pokemon. Start answering some of these dark and fighting Pokemon that are going to come out in these pools. Togekiss, of course, being a super, super fantastic special defensive Pokemon. Plus Serene Grace Troll. How could you go wrong with that? New York Ninetales. You actually ended up picking... I'm lagging. You actually picked up Serperior. It's an Oyumon. Please pick your PUNU. Mitch926. Am I stupid? I'm stupid. Ah! Wait, hold on. Am I an idiot? Shh. What happened? Do I not know my own rules? Yo, noob. When do we do this? Wait. Am I stupid? Oh, before the fourth pick. That's okay. We'll do it on the next one. It's all good. It's all good. Everybody gets the chance to pick an extra Pokemon. Don't you worry. Go for it, Mitch926. Pick your Pokemon. Leave the kid alone. It's all good. Where is this Mitch guy? Togekiss will be fine. After this rotation, we will go back through the snake to ban afterwards. And then in Pool 2, we'll do it properly. That is my... You know what happened? Because I was looking at his pool, and it confused me just on auto. I was on autopilot there. My bad, guys. I'm sorry about that. Oh, well. Cacturn! Actually going to be a pickup for him. Interesting. Cacturn's an interesting Pokemon. We saw it run by a Dagger for both special and physical attacker. It can be mixed. Does bring some Sucker Punch support as well. Very good Pokemon for Grass Dark. Interested to see what he's going to do with it. LA Ledians! Now that you know you can pick from anything before it gets banned. PUNU, UU, or OU, sir. Hawlucha. This Pokemon's really fast. Has stab, flying, and fighting. Very big menace, actually. This thing usually can run acrobatics. It can run high jump kick. It gets unburdened as well. This Pokemon becomes extremely threatening if you have no walls left to take the hits. So, it's going to be scary. Definitely scary. Ivan, you picked a PUNU Pokemon. Your choice of any other tier, please, sir. Definitely not World Leader. Mistakes happen, and you're not making any money. I'm good with that. If you thought you were getting paid for this tournament, ha! Should have signed an organization deal with TSM. Anyways. This music is so intense for picking. It's great. How so, World Leader? TSM World Leader. Ivan, your pick, sir. We're not banning, we're picking at this time. Just as a reminder, those who actually know the rules and are anal about it, yes, after the third pick, we do the bans. It's okay. Florge! Ooh, picks it up. Look at that. Florge is a super special defensive Pokemon. Kind of like a less offensive and haxy sort of Togekiss. So it's going to be good. It does bring some aromatherapy support. Unfortunately, the main weakness has always been of Florge is it doesn't have a useful ability. So, but dealing with that, you get a super 150 plus special defense Pokemon there, or 132 or something like that. It's something you don't mess with. Trust me. New York Nidoran males, you chose Registeel. Mitch, what's your choice? Anything else? Crocodile. There it goes. Crocodile. I'm actually excited to see a competitive Crocodile or just see someone play Crocodile. I always think this Pokemon's kind of overshadowed with the fact that fighting types just literally destroy it. But it's always cool to see this Pokemon going off. Base 92 speed is fast, not the fastest, but definitely just puts some excellent offensive ground and Dark Stab into teams. Definitely threatening. Galessa Padres, you chose an RU Pokemon in the form of Snorlax. Your choice. Is it the strongest Scarf for Diego? Well, that's a good thing. I haven't seen Crocodiles as of late. I remember Crocodile from, you know, a gen or two ago. It was always good as a Scarfer, though, so not going to put it past that for sure. He wants that Chandelure. I agree. Chandelure, another one of the fire Pokemon we were talking about. It seems like the fire Pokemon are actually getting passed around kind of nicely here. Nice and neatly as a result. But Chandelure, great Ghost and Fire Stab. Carries Flash Fire, also carries Crush Body, I believe, which is not a big deal. But, you know, it's a good Scarfer as well. Another Scarfer picked up here. Can also go Specs with basic 145 special attack. Tears down walls like nothing. Should be interesting what he sees to do. Now, he has chosen Amoonguss as his Pokemon. He wants an RU Pokemon, and his RU choice will be for Scrubbington, because he's not here, or if he is here, we'll see. We'll keep making the choices for him here. He wanted UU into an RU Pokemon. He wants Escavalier. Escavalier is a really fat Choice Band user, also a Salt Vest user, but just puts a dent into people's teams if it does not have the resistance. Of course, Fire being its only weakness makes it really, really good. And Mega Horn plus Iron Head tears down a lot of walls. Alright, so now we're going to be doing the bans now. I apologize for that mess up. I really feel bad about that. But we will be starting with Rich. Rich, you have no bans right now. So you could choose any Pokemon to ban. And then we will be going up there. So from any tier, sir, it is your choice. What Pokemon would you like banned? What did he want banned? Has to be... Okay. It'll be this. Bam. You're back, World Leader. Inert Fury. Your bans. Now, because he has no restrictions, he can technically take the pick of the litter, but that's fine. P2 doesn't want to deal with another fat Pokemon. Oops. Doop. Cut. There we go. Get me out of him. Porygon 2 is just a very, very annoying Pokemon to take down. With Eviolite support, this Pokemon just gets super, super stupid. Puts a lot of pressure on teams to deal with it, so definitely going to get rid of that. We're going to put it as his band number 2. And also put this as a null. There we go. Alright. Excellent. Why are these not... That's okay. I'll fix that later. Lukeman, your ban was an OU Pokemon. You must ban a PUNU Pokemon, please. You can... You have forehead. Got it. We'll do that. What PUNU Pokemon will you ban, Lukeman? Zebstrika. I was actually talking about Zebstrika. Base 116 speed, mixed with its wonderful coverage, actually, of stuff like Overheat, hidden powers, mixed with Volt Switch and Thunderbolt and all this stuff. It just becomes super, super painful to deal with. And a nice budget electric type if you do look for it to try and get a good pivot in your pick there. But Zebstrika is taken out. New York Ninetales, Mitch926, you banned in PUNU Pokemon. You could ban anything else here. What are you doing? Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Pangoro. Ooh. I kind of expected to see someone even consider this. Didn't think it would be a ban, but I definitely wanted to see if someone's going to pick up Pangoro. Pangoro does give some excellent pressure. It has the parting shot, which if you don't know, it's like U-turn, except it reduces the attack and special attack by 1. Not as slow, but definitely a good choice bander. And it can go Scarf. It can do a lot of pressure. And again, nice stab, fighting, and dark types. So it's going to be very painful for people to deal with. Diego, you banned a UU Pokemon. You was ban an RU or a PUNU Pokemon. What is your ban? Hoopa! Honestly, I haven't seen what this thing does, but I know that it can do a few things. It can go specs. It has Calm Mind. Its typing can be good offensively. It is weak ×4 weak to bug, but so far not many bug types have been picked up. So who knows? Regardless, has good stats, has good base stats, and a mixed tier base stats are quite a bit to look at. So definitely to consider it gone. It's gone. Ivan, your ban was an OU Pokemon in the form of Excadrill. Your PUNU ban, please. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the last Pokemon. New York Ninetales is Mitch926. Hey, Mitch, I found your sub. There he is. The man who's going to come for you week 1. Here you go, Tyler. That's the link to the teams and the pool. Emboar is a ban. I actually kind of like this. Considering that, like I was saying, fire type is a big threat. Fire and fighting both come in the form on Emboar, and Emboar, you know, is a very powerful choice bander. Can also just slam its face to people. It gets head smash. It gets flame charge setup. It gets flare blitz. This thing hurts. So I actually like that ban out of Ivan. It's a very smart ban. Looking at the Pokemon that have been picked, would have some good matchups against like Escavalier and stuff like that. Don't know if it's necessarily a threat, but it can be put to use if it needed to break a lot of the walls that have been picked up now. Mitch W. You banned Umbreon and RU Pokemon. You can ban from PUNU or UU. What is your ban? Marie is here. The other sub, by the way. Marie, you can spam your $9.99 pro face. Look at that. Zoroark, wait. You cannot ban Zoroark because you banned an RU Pokemon. You banned an RU Pokemon. You can't actually ban it. Yeah. Unfortunate. Zoroark is a giant pain in the ass. Ooh. There you go, Marie. Stoutland. Removes that option from Diego to do any sand shenanigans. I like it. Stoutland has proven to be quite painful, especially, again, with a mixed tier type of thing. It could just be a giant pain in the ass to have to deal with. Doesn't want to deal with it. Says, nope, we're not dealing with it this time. No weather shenanigans. No problem, Mitch. Lando T ban for Glissa Padres. You must ban a PUNU Pokemon. World Leader, what is your ban? Hey, Palo Sand's a giant pain, Acrolance. Watch what you say there. We know World Leader's having some issues with internet, so. Regardless, Frank, good to see you. Thanks for showing up, man. Just hang tight. We'll get you the information you need to get into. You and Mitch could just exchange information when you need to, and you're good. Here, I'll give you the list of. I'll link you the team that it's looking like, Frank. You can take a look at this, and you can just go from there. Shedinja is on the list, Acrolance. Just give World Leader a moment. He is in the chat. Thank you very much, everyone, for showing up to the tournament, by the way. This is super fun and super fantastic. I hope we're going to have a lot of fun. The teams are already looking freaking fun to play. A lot of power banned, a lot of power picked. Scary stuff. Super excited to cast it, and sounds stupid. No, he's Mitch, 926. Wigglytuff. Interesting, a Pokemon that is actually a fairy type that kind of didn't... I don't think I was looking at, but it does get some good stuff. It's not a super, super strong Pokemon, but at least it does remove a fairy option from people. So, it does help a little bit with that. So it does get rid of the Wigglytuff, and then, you know, doesn't have to deal with it. Considering if I look at his team, actually it's not a big threat, but he might be looking to pick up those fighting types later, depending on the randomized order for the people. Tyler! TSM World... Stop making names. Good God, dude. By the way, X-Galaxy Soldier Zero, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the tournament. Hope you are enjoying your time. Scrubbington, if you are here, if you can hear me, it is your time to ban. You banned an OU Pokemon. I still have your priority list up if you need it. Of course, you will actually pick after this, too. I know what pick you're going to go for, but I'm going to leave it up to you if you can still hear me. Is he still here? He is still here. Okay, good. Maybe he can hear me. Maybe not? I don't know. How is he expecting to follow on this? Oh, he'd probably look at the teams and see that it's his time to ban. Let's do that. That way he can follow. If not, I know what his pick's supposed to be. But he said he was going to... no, Mitch, it's not. He said he was going to follow via the... that. You might be able to do it with this. Can you guys see what I'm doing right now? There's a chat on the side here. Maybe you can use the chat. If not, I do have his order, so it's not a big deal. Ban Malamar? Okay, yep, that's exactly what's on his list. Malamar's a giant little pain. It does have Contrary. It gets a setup with Superpower, so it gets rid of that option. Another dark offensive Pokemon to get rid of. So, definitely liking what he's done with that. Good for him. Okay, so now because we've done this slightly incorrectly, it is actually the Arizona Articuno's time to pick again. Perfect, Diego. So it is his choice of anything from the tier. No problem, Tyler. It is now your chance to pick from anything you want. Not a lot left, but there's still a lot of power, honestly, still on the board. This is funny because most times we get to these last two picks in the pools. A lot of things are just kind of like filling space, but now... people can still pick up power and things to fill out their teams. Might even just be a good sub that just gives a lot of pressure. I have a feeling I know what he's going to go, but I'm kind of curious. Considering that we've been talking about the fire and the fighting being prevalent in these pools and just being very strong and somewhat difficult to handle, I almost expect a Darmanitan. I don't know why. I feel like Scrubbington really loves Darmanitan, so I'm just kind of thinking that he might go for something like that or a Zelf. Definitely a UU Pokemon. Those are very viable Honchkrow stuff like that. Hey, Vonner, how you doing, man? Kyurem might also be a good option. I don't know about Kyurem these days, but obviously it's UU, so I haven't seen it played. That's the thing, right? A lot of these Pokemon I still haven't seen played in 7th Gen. That's why I love the ProPokeBowl. It just updates me. He actually ends up taking the last OU Pokemon in Porygon Z. Interesting. Porygon Z has adaptability, makes it 2 times effective to use its stab normal moves, which means that Tri-Attack and all other stuff gets super jacked up. Porygon Z is just really fast, a great Scarf for great specs. Also has Analytic, which gives it some advantages at times as well, so I like that pickup. He's going for the NUPU pick for the final part of this Pool 1. Galissa Padres, anything you want. Kyurem used to be really strong. Got it, Tyler. Hey, there's nothing wrong going for PZ. He's OU for a reason. He's too weak. Or he's just, you know, he's like a weak OU. I don't know. I don't know much about the OU metagame. That'll be sure. Yes, World Leader, what's up? Marie, my Discord kills my computer, though. Darmanitan does include Zen form. Yes, I will allow it. I know it hasn't been released, per se, but has it been released? I don't know if it's actually been released. If it hasn't, though, it doesn't change the tier of Darmanitan. You can try it. I mean, it's up to you. I think it's in limbo, but, I mean, if you want to play it, as long as it's allowed in a thing, I think Darmanitan is a good pick, though. I really do feel like Darmanitan is a really good option. Another one being Durant to stop any fairy types or just give some really good pressure against the psychic types. Those are the Pokemon that I'm really feeling right now are top picks. Even Skuntank for a Defogger and just, again, Psychic Poison, or sorry, Dark Poison protection. I've actually used it before, Mitch. I used Belly Drum to get it into Zen mode. It didn't work very well. What you can do, and what I kind of did was, actually it didn't work that way, but I put it in Zen mode with Belly Drum. Basically, Zen mode, if you guys don't know, Darmanitan switches his attack and defenses, so it gets actually all special attack, very high defense, and it just drops all its attack and speed off, so it's a little weird. He's going to take Zoroark instead. Wants to go for a bit of Trickster stuff. Funnily enough, Zoroark is actually a big pain to deal with, because now it copies the last Pokemon non-stop. I don't think it did that in the other gens. I can't remember. 5th gen, it definitely didn't. I think it just didn't copy, but with Illusion, now it can actually be very tricky. Knowing World Leader, he's going to have a lot of fun with Zoroark, but obviously, once you read Zoroark's HP, start getting used to it a bit, you can figure your way out through it. Mitch knows what he wants, and I know what people want. That is Darmanitan. Darmanitan just being a really good Scarf or Choice Band hitter. It's just a really good Pokemon, and we've already said the priority that Fire should be taking. Definitely expecting that one to be picked up, and there you go. Ivan, your pick, sir. Pick of the letter OU is empty. Crocodile's actually already picked up Frank. Are you looking at an old list? Oh yeah, Crocodile's super strong, dude. Well, you have everything to pick from, Ivan. There's still, in my opinion, still some strong picks. Zelf has not been touched. I hear Serena's pretty good. I don't expect the Bombus or anything picked up like that. Mega Glalie can actually put some nice pressure on any ground types or dragon types that could go on with. Hell, Ribombee, for God's sake, gets the Quiver Dance. Plus, quad resistance to fight it makes it really, really strong in that sense. Even Frostlass is a nice taunt setup. Nice suicide taunt lead, similar to what an Aerodactyl would do. Delmise has been proven to do a lot of work, especially in RU. It's Grass Ghost but brings the Steel Worker ability, so Steel gets stab as well. It has triple stab on it if you want to go offensive with it. Defensively, it's pretty good. There are quite a bit of choices. You got the Goomba special in Wailord left in the pool. Kadabra is a strong sweeper and stuff like that. There's quite a bit of things that have gone into here. I don't know if I mentioned that Araquanid gets Sticky Web, I believe. I can't remember. But we do have the Cricketune to fill in that space. Even Electrode has a nice Taunter, base 145 speed. Nothing to underestimate. My opinion, still quite a bit of picks as well as that Skuntank I mentioned earlier. Let's go, Ivan. Not that much time, man. Remember, there is another pool. You get 6 more Pokemon, even if it's a throwaway or a denial. Durant! Ooh, goes for it again. As I said, Durant, very good to take out the Fairy types and the Psychic types. Very fast, 109 speed, I believe 109 attack as well. Puts down some nice stab. I've always loved using Durant, especially Choice Band. Just one of my personal favorite sets. And Ivan did bring it back from Season 1, so we'll see if we can put use to it again. Diego, pick of the litter, bro. Yay, Marie. Frank, if you go to... I think I sent this to you. Here. Take this link. Oh, yeah, go through the links on the bottom, dude. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, we have them all on the same team list. It's confusing, Diego. Diego, it's your pick, by the way. Kingdra! We actually recently built the team around Kingdra Escavalier. Doesn't need the rain support. There's been Critdra coming up with the Scope Lens mixed with Agility. Scope Lens plus Focus Energy plus Agility means that it has a 100% chance to crit with +2 speed. You don't lose the debuffs from the Draco Meteor spamming. You actually get crit Kingdra's nonstop going there with the Sniper ability. Super, super fun Pokemon to sweep with. It's just really funny how it gets away with it, and it's really, really awesome. Mitch926, it is your pick now, sir. Anything from the pool. How you doing, Napstabdeal? Thank you for letting him know. I was actually going to do that too, Diego. Thanks very much, man. Dude, Critdra is so fun. I love Critdra. You never actually, if you get it set up, you never lose any value by just spamming Draco. Or Hydro Pump. Like, 100% chance to crit. Think about the implications to that, because it skips all defenses. Like, it skips all defensive boosts. Skips all negative effects on your special attack. It's just so good when it comes to trying to get through things. And, of course, in a mixed tier, you have to think that if Pokemon are trying to become super bulky or super... Like, for any Pokemon that do not have good special defense, that thing rips through it. Anything that is bulkier, it's not going to take the hit well. And if it doesn't offer enough offensive pressure against the Kingdra, you're going to find Pokemon just not able to deal with it, right? Ooh, Mitch actually ends up going for the Kyurem. I like that. I want to see what he does with it. Haven't seen it in this meta yet. Personally, I know it's played because it's you, obviously. But that's a very interesting Pokemon. Hey, nice Snapsdeal. How's your trip going? There are very little Fairy types. That's a good point, Diego. Although we have seen the Florge and the Togekiss picked up. There are still some other Fairy types that could show up. One was banned in the form of the Wigglytuff. But Kyurem still has that Stab Ice. It's good as a Scarf or good as a Specs person. It gets, I believe, Aura Sphere or Focus Blast? It gets Focus Blast. So I remember it having a really good, diverse moveset. So we'll have to see if he gets to use that in this mixed tier here. Lukeman, your pick, please. Looks like Mitch and his sub are both on the same wavelength here. If it's stuff that Frank knows how to use, I feel like week 1 he could actually put some good work into it. Delmise, attaboy. I've used Delmise quite a bit. I love this Pokemon. Gets Steelworker ability, which means it can technically hold triple stab if you choose it that way. But just also gives it a little bit more flexibility with having that Steel Stab, which can deal with some certain Fairy types, deal with some other things like that, Ice types as well. But essentially, it is a very fat Pokemon. Also a Ghost type, some spin blocking there. Pretty cool so far. I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing. Alright, Rich. 2 Pokemon, sir, and then we will randomize after everyone else has picked everything else. Your 2 picks, please. It is your time, sir, to pick 2. So far, the man, if you did not catch up, the Houston Hawluchas have a Rotom Heat and a Sableye. Grab some good defensive Mons so far, or just pivoting Mons that can put some pressure down on teams. What else is Rich going for? Surprised Diego hasn't picked up Honchkrow yet. It's actually really lucky that I remember where all the Pokemon were in their tiers, because they're in such weird tiers now, I would assume some of them are not in there. Honchkrow! Oh, he picks it up first, though. He wants the Honchkrow. Where'd it go? There it is. Got it. Honchkrow did a lot of work for Diego. His team's definitely been split up this time. That means you can pick from PU, NU, or UU as well, Rich. Actually, you know what? When he said the Crow, it didn't show up right away. It didn't show up actually until Diego said Honchkrow. That's a little weird. Bizarre. Either way, you can pick your second Pokemon. It can be from PU, NU, or UU, Rich. Your other pick. The Dawn. Gastro. Oh, Rhydon. There we go. I was going to say, isn't there like other Dawns in here? Picks up Rhydon. I like that. Rhydon with Eviolite is a very good Pokemon. Very fat to deal with. Has a lot of weaknesses, but that's not the point. This thing can actually smash lives with the amount of coverage that it actually gets. Top of the fact that, you know, still, if you ever seen this thing use Brock Blast, Mega Horn, Earthquake, it has probably destroyed your team if you didn't handle it appropriately. Definitely wants to try and build something around it, or just takes it as a nice denial to other people trying to pick it up. So, Rich, we'll deal with your final 2 Pokemon after this. Sentretz, you picked up an RU Pokemon. Any of the other 2 tiers, please, Lukeman. This is your last pick for pool number 1. Before we get re-randomizing, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the only problem with this is there's going to be an extra Pokemon that is going to be put into the pool. So what I might do is just randomly ban the Pokemon that Rich would have chosen. That way we have the even amount of Pokemon that I want from each pool. I think that makes sense as well, because it might even screw over Rich from getting a Pokemon he wants. So, Rich playing with Lady Luck right now. If you want to have Goombas vote for your team, pick Wailord. Just saying. Or if you want to be a real man, Raticate a Alolan form. Woo. Just as a reminder, if any of you have just shown up for the Pro Pokeball, this goes every... You cannot choose Dragalge. You pick from RU, Lukeman. You have to pick from another tier. PU, NU, or UU. But if you're showing up to watch the Pro Pokeball battles, will be happening every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you'd like to join and help out, you want to be a part of it, the best we can do right now is put you on a sub list, which will allow you to play for people. If they need a sub, they will contact you, and you can play for them that week. But Lukeman, you'll have to pick another Pokemon. You cannot pick Dragalge. Unfortunate, too, because Dragalge is a good Pokemon. Dragalge brings some awesome pressure and Trick Room teams, but also brings some really powerful Dracos. As well as, like, Sludge Wave from it with Stab. It's very, very strong Assault Vest Pokemon. I think it's also Specs. It's got a lot of pain it can bring when properly set up. This could matter because they've seen Pool 2, so they're clearly going in most likely with a plan. Going in most likely. But they must have some kind of plan if they are thinking about these final picks. Obviously either a sub at this point or another Pokemon to put as part of their team, and they're going to hope that they get it in Pool 2. Why would Shedinja be banned, sir? Shedinja dies to every hazard. It dies to a lot of things. A Zelf. There it is. The Zelf actually picked up by Lukeman. Nice starting Pokemon. Nice lead Pokemon to get your rocks up. Definitely is going to be very good for him in order to get some switching going on with the U-turn. Has some good speed and everything like that. Yes, it is, Marie. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time will be the Pro Pokeball every week. That's going to round out Lukeman's picks for round 1. Mitch926, it is your turn, sir. You pick Hiram, which means you get to pick from PUNU or RU. What are your choices? Or what's your choice, I should say. So last pick of Pool 1 for the New York Ninetales. It'll run until the beginning of October, Marie. It'll be every Wednesday unless something changes in terms of my schedule. But it's 7 weeks of battles plus the playoffs, so at least 8 weeks. Minimum 8 weeks. Gorbis! Ooh! Didn't think someone would pick it up, but it is a Shell Smasher. I'm liking the direction of Mitch here. I'm really liking what he's actually doing with his team. Definitely a nice variety of Pokemon. Just a lot of offensive Pokemon too, which means he might have an eye on a defensive core coming up in the next pick. Nice, Marie. Way to spam that emote. Love it. LA Ledians, you picked up Kingdra, PUNU or UU, please. See ya, Mitch. Good luck, man. It's over. The Gorbis has been picked. Diego's actually going to brave the Talonflame. Not bad. Gale Wings was severely nerfed in OU because it has to be full health in order for you to get the use of it. But we do have some healthy Pokemon. We do have Cresselia with some Lunar Dance combinations here. But I do think that he can put use to Talonflame. It is still a very strong Pokemon. Gets Brave Bird, gets Flare Blitz, gets Stab on both those moves. Nothing to scoff at. Can also go a little bit defensive, I believe, with Flame Body and Will-O-Wisp. So definitely have to fear that kind of moveset, and he does have that flexibility. Ivan, you picked RU, PUNU, or UU. UU is starting to thin out a lot. Serena and Abomasnow left, 2 grass types. PUNU still has quite a bit of types going. That flexible Wormadam, though, did help Doodle a little bit when he had it. I can't remember who actually had it. I think it was it Doodle Humper who had it? I can't remember who actually used the Wormadam to great effectiveness. Like, mixed it up between the ground and the steel one. But regardless, there's still some very viable Pokemon. Kadabra is a nice, like, you know, budget Alakazam, can do some great work with sweeping. Electrode is that great taunt lead. You have, again, the Skuntank with the great, well, the Poison Stab, the Dark Stab, but also just carries Defog, which is really, really useful against any opponent who's going to be trying to stack hazards. So far, does it feel like that way? They might have, like, a Spiker and a Stealth Rocker, but we're not seeing any heavy, like, you know, Smeargle, magic bouncing stuff. We have Mega Sableye at most, but that also uses your own hazards against you, so. What is your choice, Ivan? Glalie, also a Spiker, if you didn't know that. Glalie can learn Spikes. Frostlass learns Spikes. There's a lot of hazards still to be grabbed up here, actually. Go for it, Ivan. Just choose a Pokemon. It's UU or PUNU. Kricketune for Sticky Web. Shedinja for bravery points. Funnily enough, you cannot choose RU, Ivan. No, you cannot. Unfortunate, too, because RU is still carrying Lanoon, Mega Glalie, Frostlass, and Dragalge, and Ribombee. All of those are arguably very useful in a mixed tier. Very, very useful. Just even as Pokemon, they're extremely useful. A lot of power left to be traded up later. And keep that in mind, if you do have some kind of blunder in your tier, you can trade up your Pokemon and try and take that risk after week 1. Going into week 2, you can try and make those trades to try and get through with it. See how it goes. Which is also going to help Rich so that maybe he could change up his team a little bit. Does actually pick up the Kricketune, so I like Kricketune. He's not the strongest Pokemon, but he does, again, carry the Perish Song support. Does get Sticky Web, does also get Taunt, so it does have a few options for kind of that disruptive play. Not very fast and not very bulky, but regardless, it still has, again, if you have to pick something that's going to do that, Perish Song can be quite oppressive to set up pokes. Get stuck in a sticky situation, you drop the Perish Song on the Pokemon, you can get yourself out of it. Mitchie, UU pick, RU or PUNU, please. Now Mitch has left himself, or Mitchie has left himself quite open to picking up a lot of power picks from RU. But he's going to take Dragalge. Want to say I was hoping that or like the Lanu would be swiped up, but he is going to take Dragalge. Very, very, as I mentioned, very powerful choice specs. Assault Vest player. Very, very powerful, brings a lot of strength. With some bulk too, so it becomes very impressive to deal with. World Leader. We're getting close, sir. You picked up an RU Pokemon. You can choose from UU or PUNU. What is your last pick for this pool? We are so close to the second rotation of pools, it's actually unbelievable. Acrolance just called out Rich. That's true. It's very true. How do you do that? I thought I did it right. Common weaknesses for your team, Ivan? Maybe not. World Leader's your choice. Your Wi-Fi is dying? Pick it, boy. Let's go. Okay, got it. You'll have 7 minutes in between, so you can come back in 7 minutes after that. But Claydol! Ooh! Okay. Alright, I like it actually. So Claydol does have some option. It has the Trick Room support. Also has some Combine support. Also has Earth Power accessible too, so it does actually have a special ground sweeping move. It's a very, very interesting Pokemon. I like it. It brings the Levitate support as well, considering that he has, well, a couple of Pokemon weak to ground. I like that pick. I want to see what he does with it. Also a very good defensive Pokemon if he needs to use it. Very flexible. Very neat. Tyler picked up an OU Pokemon, which means he has to pick from the PUNU tier. What is Tyler's last pick? If I look at the priority list, I think I remember. Do I remember? What would it be? Ooh, okay. Wow. Really far down there on the list, but I do see what it is. Interesting. That's a Pokemon I want to see played as well. That should be super fun if he actually goes for it. We'll see if he tries to balance out his team a little bit more, or if he actually chooses that. It's still balanced according to his team. Interesting, I like it. That's not in his pick, Acrolance, but it's another obscure pick we have not seen. He didn't pick Shedinja. Shedinja's actually very low on his picking. There you go. Skuntank actually ends up picking the Skuntank. Kind of low on his list, but I think he realizes, hey, we've got a Defogger. Very useful, very nice to round off his comp. And goes from there. I actually like it. That does fit in his team. I was also looking at Palosan, but I do like the Skuntank here. Gives him that little bit more disruptive play as well with the Taunt and the Sucker Punch priority and stuff like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to leave it up to random.org for Inert Fury for being stuck in traffic, which is completely out of his control. What we're going to have to do is ban a Pokemon, followed up by pick him 2 Pokemon according to the rules. Here we go. The Pokemon that is going to be banned. I will be as kind as I possibly can, sir. Just give me one moment here. I don't think you can see these. You cannot. Okay. Remember, this is also good that you have trades, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to number order organization here. PUNU is 1, and then followed up by RU being the number 2. And then Thing being number 3. Here we go. Of course, I will show this on stream to not rig it. Here we go. Inert Fury's picks are now in the hands of random.org. Not 1 to 39, 1 to 3. We can trade with the pool that has not Like, you can trade with the leftovers, Rich. You cannot, or Frank, you cannot trade with each other. Here we go. The ban is happening in PUNU. Oh. Interesting. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is random.org banning? Curious. The answer is... number 3. The ban that Rich has chosen is actually Kadabra. Ooh, okay. Sorry, Forehead. Move over for Kadabra. What he actually means by Forehead is Kadabra. There we go. But he has actually banned out the Kadabra, which means he actually loses a powerful pick in that. Here we go, though. Back to 1 to 3. What Pokemon is Rich getting? Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what tier he's getting it from. Ooh! Leads off with a PUNU pick. That means from 1 to 8, which means he's actually going to pick up number 5. Number 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets the Shedinja. Yes. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh man. Sorry. Okay. Alright, well, he banned that out, which means he cannot pick from PUNU. So it'll actually it'll be a number between 2 and 3 here. Here we go. Which one's he getting? He actually gets an RU Pokemon, which means it'll be a number between... Oh my god. Between 1 and 4. He actually might be sweeping up a very good Pokemon here to finish it off. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 1 and 4, the number he gets is 2, which means his last Pokemon will actually be Glalie. Hey, not that bad. I actually want to see what he can do with a Glalie if he actually ever uses it. Mega Glalie is somewhat of a threat. Another Pokemon weak to rocks, but that's okay. He does get the Glalie. He thought it was Frostlass. That's a shame. Rock, Snorunt, Evo. Hey, that's true. They are both Snorunt Evos. Look at that. I'm in tears. Oh, man. Beautiful stuff. Love it. Why are you not doing it? Oh, my God. Please don't do this again. Oh, because I was in the thing. No. So, Rich getting somewhat spared, but not really. Ends up walking away with a Shedinja and a Glalie. Lucky for him, the other Pokemon, he of course can make a suggestion to the trade to try and get those Pokemon back if he so desires to do so. Oh crap, I had to do it here. Bop, there we go. Cool. Oh, hey. Let's fill in that black spot right there. Got it. Did it. Awesome, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So the rest of these Pokemon will be put into the trade pool. I will place those in right now. Actually, I'll do that later. I'll do it on the, you know what? I'll do it on the break. Great idea, me. While you guys are looking at pool number 2, we are now going to randomize for pool number 2. In the meantime, we won't talk about the pool or the drafts until afterwards. I do like to give my 2 cents after the fact. But so far, the teams look like they have quite a bit of what they want. It seems though the power did go towards that end of that draft. I definitely think that everybody generally walked away with what they wanted, but it seems to be because there's a lot of common picks that people wanted, it did not work out in their favor to actually get it. But hey, we have control in the tier here. Definitely excited to see what's going to be happening. So you'll have another 7 minutes to work on pool number 2. But first, you must see what the randomization is going to look like. Let's get that to you right now. Once again, brought to you by the friends at random.org, who do not actually pay me to make these advertisements. Here we go to the lists. Let me just close that really quickly. Grab your names. Here we go. Give me the lists. That was so good. Oh my god, Rich, please use it. Okay, here we go. Oh, hurry up, computer. Don't lag out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The 8 names are in. The randomization will happen in 3, 2. Oops, can't count. Glissa Padres. Ooh, interesting. Not much changed up, but first pick will actually be going to World Leader and the Glissa Padres, followed up by the New York Nidoran Males, who gets that second pick, followed up by the Arizona Articunos, then the Houston Haluchas, Ivan pulling it on 5th, the Ninetales in 6th, LA Ledians being shoved to 7th, not the worst, Centrets once again being placed near the end. Unfortunate for them, but does this mean it's over? Absolutely not. We will see what they can do with this. Why is it looking like that? Oh, because we're not on 3. Ha! We're on 1. Ha! There we go. Perfect. Oh, I just killed this Pokemon. My bad. You think I forgot what this is? There we go. Fanatic's Drake again. I know. Why is that in the middle? Come on, computer. Oh my god, man. You know, Google Docs is a giant pain. I'm just going to say that right now. There you go. Get over there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you draft pool number 2. You'll have 7 more minutes to take a look at it. Let me get your timer up. You have the order. Good luck to everybody. See you after. And just to let you all know, the original way that we were supposed to do this will be done this time. After 3 picks, we will ban before the 4th pick. Just reminding everybody there. 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Go for it! Just as a quick reminder to everybody, you have just over a minute and a half before we start the picks for Pool 2. Good luck. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Pool 2! Let's get it going. Let's pull up quickly the pick order for me to look at again. So just as a reminder for the pick order, and ban order, in case you did not know. Oh, I forgot to rearrange the teams. This is so stupid of me. I was too busy focused on the trade pool. Oh, God. Alright, well, here we go. Hopefully it's not too laggy. Alright, Galissa Padres go there. Neuron Males go here. Oddly, it's actually not that much movement. But yeah, here we go. Goes there. Arizona Arcudo. Drag Houston all the way to the forefront. Houston, we have a problem. Get over here. I just made that joke. Kill me. Ledians go down. Hey, that was an easy move. Look at that. Nice. Alright, here we go. Alright, so everything resets. Here we go. The brand new pool. Galissa Padres. Your ban, please. Which will be handled appropriately this time. Pretty sure he's banning Cloyster. This pool is really, really loaded. I am not surprised at all by this Greninja. The higher tier Pokemon in this pool are extremely good. Super, super fantastic, but Greninja's not even lasting like 1 second on it. For sure. Going straight into the Internet Mails, he's actually banning Mamoswine. I like this. Mamoswine, I think, was, if you did not pick that up, it's a very powerful Pokemon. It's always been a powerful Pokemon in Mixed OU. It definitely brings quite a bit of threat when it comes down to wanting both Ice and Ground Stab. It's just a fat Pokemon, too. It's very, very strong. But also, apparently, just to block his own weakness out. Tyler, Arizona Arcunos, your ban, sir. We'll do this as much as you can before you have to land. Of course, Nightbot is announcing the first week battles will be happening next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out again. This has been super fun, super fantastic, super smooth as well. As smooth as I could ask for one guy running this tournament. If you didn't know, I am actually the guy who runs pretty much all the information, sets this all up, and runs it. Of course, there's going to be error here and there. I am simply a man with a baked potato and a screen for said baked potato. It's the best I can do. Tyler, if you can, or Diego, if you could let me know what his ban is going to be. I do have his list still, so if we need to go back to it, I can most certainly do that. He said he would whisper me if he has to get off. Let's make sure I'm on round 2 bans. Azumarill. Interesting, going a little bit off the beaten path. But definitely got to get rid of that. Azumarill is very painful. Looking at his team, it could put a little bit of a hole in anybody's team, to be honest. Just a nice, strong fairy type, I think, is really something that we should be looking at. Azumarill, like, craps on Conkeldurr. But, just, it'll crap on the whole fighting meta that we're kind of expecting here. So, he's going to take that right out of the pool. He's going to trade up for a PU and U-ban after. Rich! You're banned, sir. Let's see what Inert Fury can do, knowing now he has full control over not picking Shedinja. Banning that Medicham does not want to see that power in there. I don't blame him. I've been watching matches on the side of people playing with Medicham. That is disgusting with what I've seen Medicham do. It is really, really strong. And if he's not going to first pick it, nobody can pick it at all. Don't blame him for that in a second. Ivan, your ban is Primarina. Interesting. I do like that. Water Fairy type, another one gone there. But just get rid of the Fairy types. Make the Pokemon that we've already picked up here super strong. But Primarina is actually a fairly strong Pokemon. I don't exactly know what it runs. I think it runs Choice Specs. But it also gets, like... does it transform Hyper? I believe it boosts voice attacks. So, gets a pretty powerful Hyper Voice, etc., etc. It's a very painful Pokemon. Mitch926, hopefully you can hear me, sir. It is your ban. What is your ban, sir? It is as hot as a baked potato. In fact, it's burning right now. It's cooked, and I'm going to put some sour cream chives on it later. Well, Frank, you are the sub. I need to hear it from Mitch himself. 926, not other Mitch. Diego's afraid that you might do well against him, so... Oh, he knows it? Alright, Latias is banned. Sounds good, Mitch. I just wanted to confirm. That's all. Okay, sounds good. That's perfectly fine with me. Latias is going to be banned up by Team New York Ninetales. Again, very powerful Pokemon. These Pokemon just... They're very old classics that are just going to be doing their jobs well. Latias is a super fat Pokemon. Plus, you can get to choose it in the UU tier. You get a pick of an RU poke afterwards if you wanted to go that route. So definitely deny some good, strong picks from there. Diego. Ah, Mitch. No, it's tonight, man. It's okay, man. No big deal, bro. If you want Frank to help you out with the call, leave it to this. Just let me know. I just want to make sure that, you know, Frank's not making the calls for you. Not that I don't trust Frank's judgment, but... Spadoink? What? Anyways. Diego, you're banned, please. Heatran, yeah. I did not expect Diego tearing apart his team. Just, he's not going to get the team he wants. But then again, he's also not getting the pick priority for it, so... I'm actually super excited to see Diego play with these Pokemon. They actually seem like Diego Pokemon still, just in a completely different form. I don't see a Fire, Water, Grass core yet. I see, if anything, an aggressive Fire, Water core. So, I'm definitely excited to see what Diego's going to be doing with this. Last ban from Lukeman. What is your ban to start this off? And then we go right back to the Glissopadra to start with the first pick. Gallade. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to see the two fighting powerhouses be left here, which actually I think gives Tyler the best fighting Pokemon in the pool, and that's exactly what we were already talking about. That's extremely terrifying. But he's going to have that priority. He got to soak it up as being that first pick. Here we go, World Leader. Your first dent into the picks of the draft pool number 2. OU's been shot down. 5 out of 8 bans targeted towards OU again. Definitely a very, very, you know, understood pool. And I like that because a lot of people had a lot more time to look at it. They realized, hey, there's a lot of threats up there we really need to get rid of. Fighting was the bee's knees, so they're going to get rid of it. But he actually ends up taking the Slowbro to start. I like it. Slowbro, you know, Mega Slowbro if you never fought against it. If you have nothing for it, this thing sets up on you for days and just wins. Has Regenerator as well, but also gets the Shell Armor. So once it starts sets up Calm Minds, you cannot kill this thing off. that's going to be really, really good for him. So he's going to take it. He's going to have an NU, PU Pokemon coming in. Mitch, your pick. Let's start it off. I feel like Mitch is a Staraptor or a Zapdos player, but I could be wrong. We do have some powerful things here. It is a non-Mega Metagross, of course. We still have Manaphy, Mandibuzz to fill in some of the holes. Alomomola to deny a Regenerator Core. Tyler so far owns 1/3 of it, which is the Amoonguss. Now World Leader owns the Slowbro. Who is going to own the Alomomola? It is actually Rich. Hey, or Mitch. My bad. Not Rich. Nice try, Rich. He is actually going to scoop it up. Wants that Wish support, but just wants a pain-in-the-ass Pokemon to kill off. Good Scalder as well. Gonna be super fun to see people break through that, as... Looking at Rich's team, Vileplume, Registeel, Alomomola, that's disgusting. That is so fat. Good God. Tyler, your pick, sir. I'll get your priorities up just in case. Ooh. Interesting. If we do follow his list, that's an interesting Pokemon to pick up these. Sorry. I'm just calling you a better player, Mitch. My bad. Ooh, they picked up... He's picking up the Smeargle. I like this. Smeargle might not be... I mean, it's still a real pain. I'm sure it's still used. It has the hazards, it has Sticky Web. It gets tons of support. It gets every move in the game. Smeargle seems like, right now, not a lot of Spinners or Defoggers on the teams. This thing might get a lot of work done. So, really interested to see what he's going to do with that. So, it's okay, Marie. But Tyler recognizing that he has a lot of opportunity here against Rich here, who's got the Mega Sableye. But he has a giant opportunity here to try and set up as much as he can. Although quite a bit of taunt use just picked up, just to point that out. Rich, your pick. Real Rich, actual Rich. Inert the Fury. Celebi, ooh. Nice Gen 4 Classic pickup there, but Rich is going to run with it. I'm kind of liking what Rich is going for so far. That just seems like a really good, balanced team so far, minus the Shedinja. But he's definitely building himself now in offensive core. He has quite a bit of defensive Pokemon, so he's definitely going to go with it. Absolutely, Maria. I can cool off your park. You know what? I can cool off your building. You will never need AC again. I've got that much shade going. Ivan, your pick, sir. As expected, RU, PU, and you not being touched at all. I don't blame people because I would definitely pick up the strongest of the UU and OU first round because there's just so many threats. I don't think you can drop any out. As Ivan's saying, there are very few that you can drop out because it's really just like you can go down to RU. There are some really good picks in RU, but Ivan recognizing that the ban, if he was not banned, didn't prioritize banning it either, banned the Primarina instead. He will pick up that bulky water Pokemon, does get the Tail Glow. I believe also gets Calm Mind, but just offers some really great support for itself. Base 100 stats across the board. Very, very, very solid Pokemon. Mitch926 or Key to Succession, your pick, please. I honestly expect not a single RU appear and you pick up here. I think this is the type of pool where you definitely sacrifice a good pivot because there's just so many good things. Grabs that Keldeo. Keldeo Dell still definitely holding again, just like Terrakion and everything else, holds that 108 speed, holds some great stab, has done some great work in the past. Let's see this guy put it to use. Diego not even taking time. He wants that Zapdos again. Grabs another great defensive Mon. I think that's actually going to help out his defensive capabilities even better, but he does get it. And that's going to do some great wonders for him. I'm actually kind of afraid that he does get that. Lukeman, you get the double pick, so choose your first and make sure it synergizes with your second pick. 2 picks for you, sir. And then we're snaking back. Very, very scary. Acrolance, why didn't you join the battle? Why didn't you join this? You would have had great picks. You chose some of the strongest Pokemon, minus the Shedinja. Then now Rich is going to make OP. If someone loses to Shedinja, I might just give the cup to Rich. He has to win with Shedinja, though. Might have to give him the cup. Don't quote me on that. It's kind of difficult not to give a guy who wins with Shedinja the cup, though. Like, really. He wins the fan vote right there. Well, it is, but Right now, I think every team has an answer to Shedinja. I don't know if it's going to get the niche kill on anybody. If you do run Shedinja alone, it can't be Whirlwind or Roared into or Dragon Tailed out. So Hazards can't technically kill it through switching. Gyarados. Ooh, picks that one up. Interesting. With the fighting types banned, with most of the fighting types banned, Gyarados does have some value. But even just base Gyarados here, non-Mega Gyarados, does allow him to have that defensive set because he gets to resist. He actually picks up the Garavire core, which was ran in 4th gen, so popular in 4th gen. He's actually going to make use of that. That is super interesting. I like that. Definitely an oldie, but I was talking about this actually to Scrubbington last night, that Electivire has a great moveset, both mixed, like it has a great mixed moveset, so it has no boosting capabilities, but it definitely just has a lot of great moves that it can run on its set, so it can cover quite a bit of options. So I'm actually happy someone picked that up. That was something for me to watch. Diego, PUNU Pokemon, please. There are some great options in here still. You still got the Jinx. It definitely is. Hey, be the man. It's been a while. Holy cow. Hitmonchan. I was actually just thinking Hitmonchan. Nice spinning option there. Defensive Pokemon brings out the Drain Punch and everything else. Diego has pretty much the Hitmontop that he wants in the form of the Hitmonchan. And he has a great defensive core now. This man might actually have a lot of answers to a lot of teams. Got exactly what he wanted. New York Ninetales. You picked OU. You need a PUNU Pokemon. Hitmonchan also spins, actually. To be a man, I haven't talked to you in so long, dude. Draco Caesar, welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight? The Legend of Arc, good to see you. Whose pick are we waiting on here? Oh my god. Mitch! Frank! What are you grabbing? Holy cow! Bringing in all the friends of Rich. Rich has a following! The team with the biggest following, including Acrolance, who really, really loves that Shedinja. Quagsire! Nice scoop up, actually. A lot of grass types in the tier, though, kind of concern me. And some people have picked up some really strong Pokemon. But Quagsire bringing that unaware. Gives some great options to shut down setup pokes. Also might stop some bulky setup pokes. Also has the water absorb, though, if your team's suffering a bit with water. So definitely going to give him an opportunity to use that. And just, you know, 2 water pickups in a row. It doesn't really matter. He's got that support now. Should be really good for him. Ivan, you picked up a UU Pokemon. We are going to consider it UU when we put it in. You can now pick from PUNU or RU. Rich probably just literally went on Discord's like, come support me. Ooh, a Shaman pickup. I like it. Bulky Grass Pokemon bringing out the Seed Flare OG. The only one I can actually use it. But technically, this Pokemon has Natural Cure. Can soak up status. Definitely gives some nice defensive options. As well as offensive options. It's kind of like Manaphy, actually. It's kind of got some of everything that it wants to do. So also have another base 100 straight across the board. It's a good pickup for a while. I'm really liking Ivan's team this time. Not so much, like he's definitely been forced out of a little bit of his comfort zone, but he's still picking up a nice balance of offense and defense. I'm liking the thinking that's going through. Haluchas! Cheer for the man. Rich making the picks. He must, however, pick a PUNU or RU Pokemon. Just to remind everybody, by the way, for those of you who are participants in the ProPokeBowl, you can send me a graphic that is the logo for your team, and it will be presented on week 1 of the ProPokeBowl as well as in the playoffs, as well as a theme song that is a video game-related theme song. Please make it a video game-related theme song. It cannot be anything else. I won't accept it. Otherwise, I just do a generic one, but you guys can pass it to me. Acrolance, thank you much for the Kappa Squid bit. But as Rich's pick, PUNU or RU... We'll let the fans decide to see if they actually like the pick. Knowing Rich, he might go for that Yan Mega 4th gen more. I love that emote. If you guys pass by Daggerdrome's channel, or if you see him, make sure to thank him for the 2 emotes that he's actually cut out for us, plus the 3rd one that I've sent to him when he gets through. But yeah. Frank, thanks very much for the bits. Oh my god, are we doing like a whole thing? Picks up Milotic, you disgusting mother effer. That's disgusting. But he actually takes it. Really fat and annoying water type. Fits in. He's got a really defensive team right now. I like it. Frees up Celebi to go a little more aggressive. I definitely think he's a nasty plot Celebi player. But he also has to make a Glalie, which is going to put to good use. But he's building a lot of fatness for himself. That's cool. Tyler, you picked up an OU Pokemon. PUNU pick, please. Lord Scrubbington. Diego, don't know if you're cool enough to be a goon of Rich. Hashtag Team Fat. Look at that. Oh god, if that's Tyler's pick, good god. He said Gramble? Did he actually say Gramble? Wow. Well, there's the other fairy type that we're looking for. Like I said, very few fairy types in this. Gramble being one of them. Very good offensive Pokemon. Does get Quick Feet. Can be boosted with some type of Toxic Orb. Just a really good... This can also be used... Actually, he ran a lot of Gramble in the last ProPokeBowl, I believe. Or in Season 2, I think he ran a lot of Gramble. Because he really wanted that... like, he wanted the bulk. Like, this thing has a lot of bulk. Don't get me wrong, it's like Assault Vest, stuff like that. But Choice Band, this thing hurts. And does get some good coverage with the fangs and stuff like that. So, I like the pickup. Alomomola was Mitch's choice. What do you got for me, Mitchie? PUNU or RU, sir? Just to say that Tyler's actually going off the list completely. I'm looking at the list right now. Apparently, he should be picking and not me. Oh, am I in the band? Oops. Nope, still not in the band. It's fine. Espeon. Ooh. Oldie, but a goodie. Espeon's got base 110 speed, I believe, with 105 special attack or something of the sort. Has great coverage. Very good offensive Pokemon. A good Scarfer and a good Specs user as well. This Pokemon also brings Magic Bounce, which will help him against any type of hazards type of exposure, as well as Taunts, which we've been seeing a lot of Taunt and Defog being picked up now, so this will be very good to add to his team. Last but not least, Galissa Padres. You get your double pick. So, first thing you must do is you must pick a PUNU Pokemon, and then follow it up with a pick of anything of your choice, sir. And then after this 3rd round of picking, after 9 Pokemon are on every team, we will go back through the order for the 2nd banning phase. What is your PUNU pick, World Leader? He can't pick it, Acrolance. I'm sure someone will eventually pick up a Alolan Muck. If not, it's going to be a really strong thing to pick up. However, World Leader likes the Shucky. He's going to take Shuckle. Shuckle is just going to contribute to what I think is like the slowest drafted team I've ever seen. Just kidding. He's got a Gengar and a Lycanroc, but that's going to give him a lot of sticky web pressure. Very fat Pokemon can take a lot of hits with it. Synergize that with anything else that needs some resistances. That thing can sit there, go for quite a bit of a nuisance play. But he will go for the Shuckle to round out that picking order. Alright, World Leader, you're back in. Anything you want, sir. The old meme of don't fuckle with the Shuckle. I always love playing with Shuckle. It's just, it's fun. it's annoying, but it's fun. Either way, though, World Leader's back in. Your pick from anything, sir. That Staraptor's still sitting juicy. Quite a bit of good UU picks to get as well. Metagross without its Mega is still pretty good. I'm going to give him extra time. His internet keeps dying. That's perfectly fine. We're doing pretty well for time here. Actually, the amount of time that people have taken to look at this is actually giving him more. He is going to grab the Metagross, so he doesn't have access to the Mega. But he does want that UU threat. It is a very, very powerful Pokemon if you set it up with something like an Agility. Gets the Bullet Punch. Just has really strong hits. It's going to be pretty good for that. So, does scoop up the Metagross there. Mitchie W. Your pick of the litter, sir. Make it a good one. There's still a lot of threats up there. Aryu's starting to look pretty tasty as well with the amount of defensive and offensive threats left. You got the Donphan mixed with the Bronzong, but then you also have the Slurpuff Yanmega sitting right above and below each other. If I was to do a power level reading, it's in this area right here. It's everywhere. There's so much left, it's actually ridiculous. Even Galvantula actually being left up, which is another good sticky web user or just a nice compound ice thunder dropper. Diego already has a good electric type. Don't know if he wants another one like that. Heliolisk also a nice option. Even Mantine is a nice option. We have a fair amount that can round out team comps. I'm very excited to see what people are going to be doing to try and round them out. So, of course, I'd like to say that I've been slowly analyzing the teams as they build them. It's very difficult for me to do on the spot. I usually get better ideas when I think. But, you know, when you're casting without a script, it's hard to think all the time. Mitchie. You don't need to see the bottom of the list. I've actually placed it. What? Wait a minute. It shouldn't be cutting that off. The hell? I changed it so it wouldn't do that. Ooh, you bitch. Thank you, Frank. That actually got changed on me. That was weird. Fix that right now. Boop. There we go. Ooh. Bam. There we go. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Mandibuzz. Ooh. Nice defensive mon, actually. Brings the defog and the stab knockoff support. Also has overcoat, so it can dodge stuff like Spore and Sleep Powder and the like and stuff like that. So definitely going to be putting that to good use. That's pretty good. Tyler, the Arizona Articunos. Pick from anywhere you like, sir. Quite a bit of stuff left up. Hey, Piloswine's not a joke. After Mamoswine's banned, Piloswine is just a good alternative to it, right? Still has to rely a little bit on Eviolite, but a very strong Pokemon. Carries the Icicle Spear, carries the Icicle Crash, carries Rocks. Earthquake Stab. Ground Ice Stab is very, very good coverage. So, kind of a threat. Flygon. Nice pickup. I know he likes using Flygon. Now it's actually been buffed with Dragon Dance, so curious to see. Looking at his team so far, it actually looks like he's got a fair amount of slow Pokemon, but also a fair amount of fast Pokemon to kind of make up for it. He's got like a Flygon Conkeldurr thing going, where he's got like the slow beat 'em up, the fast sweeping beat 'em up, mixed with some of that defensive play. I'm definitely liking the order of it. Inert Fury. Win your fans over, bro. What's your pick? From anywhere, sir. You're close to getting a world leader. Weavile, that's not Team Fat. Wow, way to like insult all of your viewers going for Team Fat. Takes up the Weavile, though. I actually kind of saw that. It's another 4th gen pick, but you know what? Like, I love this. I love these picks. Definitely Rich-esque, to say the least. Like, just taking, like, the best defensive, the best fast one, the best, you know, mix them up, can be both defensive and offensive. You know, just taking a lot of solid picks here. Similar to Diego, except, you know, I'm going to make fat damage. Ivan, your pick from anywhere, please. Oddly enough, all the power is being scooped up real quick. I'm curious to see, because the bans are mostly going to be shoved down to PUNU for at least 5 players, or 6 players, I can't remember actually, but a lot of people are going to be banning out PUNU. We might see a lot of power dropped out of PUNU, which might actually make people's teams difficult to round off. So we'll see. Paul knows your picks. Isn't his name Frank? At least Mitch got like an agent or something. Nothing, Frank. It's just he was saying your name is Paul. Paul knows his picks. Unless you're telling me the wrong name and trying to play with an alias like I do. I have like 3 aliases on the internet. It's amazing. Ivan, what's your pick, man? I know it's really hard to think about it and all, but you gotta pick it up and pick up the pace just a smidge. Part of the reason why we have the timer in the tournament. Oops. There it is. Oh, God. Oh, I see, Mitch. What the hell is 2K? Yes, Mitch. Thank you, Mitch. Yes, I remember that. Is he still in here? He might not even be in the chat right now. Hold on. He's actually not in the chat. Oh, interesting. Oops. He might have DC'd. Give him a second. Oh, NBA 2K. Got it. Thank you. Wait. Interesting. He's actually not here. Alright, we'll give it another moment. You never know. Just blips in the internet. We gave World Leader time as well, so we'll make it fair for Ivan. In the meantime, though, let's take a look at the pool to see what else we could be picking up here. Considering that a lot of people are going to be going to the PUNU after... There you are, Ivan. It's your pick, sir. Quick, 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 quick. You're on pick number 9. Nidoking on top of it. Loving the speed, Ivan. Picks up the Nidoking. Very good Life Orb attacker with Sheer Force combination. Gets some good stab and poison in ground, but also has some good coverage in the form of like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, stuff like that. Even Fire Blast, or I think it's just Flamethrower. I can't remember. But gets a fair amount of stuff going with that. Mitch, Frank, what you got for me, dude? Oh, were you, Ivan? Oh, that's interesting. It's okay. No big deal. Haxorus. With the amount of fairy types that are actually not in this, and the few steel types we've seen, I really want to see his Haxorus go off. This thing is a threat, left alone as a choice band or even just as a DD Lum setup. It's going to be really, really good, I think. Obviously dodge some other things, but it's just going to bring a lot of pressure. Has some good... The speed has always been the issue with Haxorus, but with DD, this thing becomes extremely powerful. Something like, what is it, base 140 attack or something like that? And the stab gets Poison Jab now to handle fairy types, or it had it to begin with. Now it just uses that as well. It's just got so many options to it. Super phenomenal sweeper. One of my personal Gen 5 favorite sweepers as well. Diego! What you getting for me, bro? Seems like Lukeman's having a bad time being down there. Of course Diego goes with another defensive Pokemon. He is truly Team Fat. He's going with the Mantine. Oddly enough, he's actually trying to build himself his Firewater defensive core right here in this draft. But he's actually going to end up going with the Mantine, which is an RU Pokemon, which means he has flexibility to anything else. So, he's going to take it. And just looking at his team, Mantine, Zapdos, Hitmonchan, Cresselia, Cofagrigus with Hippowdon. That's disgusting. Literally disgusting. Yeah, it's true. It does have all the birds. Look at that. Mantine, Zapdos, Talonflame. And then Moonduck. Either way, though, he gets it. Alright, here we go. So, Auto Eccentrics. This is the way it's going to work. You get your final pick. Then you get to start the bands. Yes, you get to start the bands. So you get this last pick here. Then you start us off with the bands as well. So your first pick here will be anything you want. And then you ban first, sir. What are you going to pick? Blissey. Ooh. Goes for a bit of the fat lovin' right there. That is Team Fat as well. Gonna get the egg lovin' Blissey. Chansey's banned, but this man still gets the Blissey if he wants. Gonna take it. Nice UU pivot into a lower tier Pokemon. A lot of RU threats are still up, so this is gonna help him. Now, Lukeman's actually gonna ban the Galvantula. I love that. Take away that very solid option. Another Sticky Web user removed, just not for anyone to use, but also Compound Eyes makes it very powerful. What the hell did I just do? Put it right there. Thank you. Galvantula just gives that option to him. Either way, though, Heatran has been banned. Hey, Zelda, how you doing, man? Heatran has been banned on the side of Diego. What PUNU Pokemon are you banning, sir? With Galvantula and Compound Eyes, it makes like the Bug Buzz plus the Thunder combination just super oppressive on the offense. Plus Focus Sash makes it really good. Drop the Sticky Web, you just get a lot of work done. Even Volt Switching, it's a very solid Pokemon in mixed tier. What is Diego's ban? I have a feeling I could see some things like Sock, Wartortle, these types of things taken out. Piloswine even. Like, there's a lot of Pokemon here. You could just take out some Stealth Rockers maybe, and things like that. Even Garbodor is not the worst thing. Aftermath with Spike Support and Gunk Shot makes it... You cannot... So, Frank, you banned... You banned a UU Pokemon, so you can only ban from PUNU or RU. Diego is going to ban the Sock. I actually thought so. Let's take out some more of those fighting threats. Make those less and less prevalent in this meta because there's not a lot of Pokemon to handle them. So bring down that other threat. And Sock is actually a very good Pokemon with Scarf. And it also gets Mold Breaker, so... Very, very good ban. Alright, Frank, so you can only ban PUNU or RU. So if he gave you UU Pokemon to ban, make the call for your client. For Alligator is a very good ban. If you can reach into RU, you can continue the lack of steel and fighting support by getting rid of Chestnut, getting rid of Donphan, getting rid of Bronzong. Slurpuff could be banned out here, right? Get rid of all these threats and leave it down to like where Dragons could run Supreme. Taking a look at Mitch's team, though, he might actually not even mind. He might want to actually get rid of Slurpuff. And there, hey, look at that. I'm a freaking psychic. I'm good at this. I'm getting good at this, boys. Look at that. Only took me 7 generations. But anyway, Slurpuff is going to be banned. This Pokemon can just take over games. Has Unburden with Belly Drum. Very standard set. Very easy to read, but without having the proper support for it, thing just takes you out. Ivan, you banned a UU Poke. What PUNU or RU Pokemon are you getting rid of? You had to buy a Tapu Lele yesterday? That sucks, Zelda. I'm sorry to hear that. Majora's Mask. Didn't I say fairy? I thought I said... Didn't I say fairy? I guess that's a psychic type. I'm stupid. But it's a fairy type. It's a fairy cupcake. Yeah, it's too late now. It's okay. It's way too late now. Good call, though, Ivan. I did realize I made that mistake. That's okay. Again, money's not on the line and mistakes are prone to happening. You also have to realize this is the second time I've done the banning, so almost made it perfect. At least I remembered to ban this time. It's alright. Nobody wanted Galvantula anyways. No, it's Ivan's ban. Oh, are you actually building it, Zelda? Cool. Yeah, sadly, if I make a mistake, we can't really go back on it unless, like, nothing else has happened. Because it does impact how other people ban, right? The only thing I could do is look at it and be like, well, Diego couldn't do it. Ninetales could have done it, though, so, like, Frank could have banned it. So, unfortunately, I can't go back on it. Oh, thank you, World Leader. One Entei and 4 Volcanions. Oh, interesting. With you, you have to ban underneath. RU or PUNU. There's still a lot of solid options to ban, though. Down here, you got for Alligator, the Yanmega. Noivern can be a bit of a pain. It's got really good speed. Also just drops some Dracos and stuff like that. Roserade could be gotten rid of. He is going to opt to get rid of the Doublade, another steel type that's going to be removed from the pool. So that's going to be a good pickup for him, actually. It's a good Pokemon. It does get to set up, and with the Eviolite support, it could do stuff like that. Inert Fury, you're banned, please. You banned from OU a PUNU poke, please. Damn, I've made more mistakes in this tournament with the banning session than I've done with anything else. Shame on me. Oh well. Like I said, it's irreversible because if it was reversible, I would go back and make Lukeman ban something different. It was one pick too late. AKA rigged. But it's okay. Let's see if Rich bans some fatness because, you know, he wants to fat shame. Is Rich a fat shamer? Or is he a fast shamer? He might just, like, support the fat Pokemon, just ban a fast Pokemon that's super skinny and super fragile. Ban Gumshoes. Rather not. There you go, Legend. That's a new trend for you. It's actually going to ban the Garbodor, as I was mentioning, right? Has the Gunk Shot support. Does bring some Aftermath with the Spike support as well. Just gets some good things going for it. So he's going to get rid of the Garbodor. Literally a garbage ban. Tyler Scrubbington, you banned a Azumarill, a PUNU ban, please. No, don't ban to be the man. He's cool. I'm trying to remember his name, though. Rich and... Oh, man. It wasn't Rich as well, was it? He lives near... I remember he lives near me. He used to always complain I didn't come to Oak Ridges to see him. Ooh, a Alolan Executor ban. I like it. He was actually... Scrubbington was talking to me about Alolan Executor after we learned that I got Dragon Hammer, which is like a base 90 Dragon move with it. It's actually a good Pokemon. It does have that stab, and it's just super powerful. I like it. Alright, Mitchie. You banned Mamoswine, which is a UU poke, so a PUNU or RU ban, please. Are you serious? Are you actually banning Piloswine? That's amazing. He banned both evolutions with it. That's incredible. But then again, it does counter him. As he mentioned, this Pokemon does crap on his team. So he's just getting rid of it flat out. That's amazing. It's a smart play. He sees the threats and he gets rid of the threats. Well played on his part. World Leader. Last ban. You ban Greninja. PUNU poke, please. Still some threats left in the PUNU meta. You got a Alolan Dugtrio, which I actually do like. Very fast Steel-type hitter. You have Chatot, which can be quite annoying with the choice spec set. You got Ambipom, which is a nice fake outer. You also have the Kangaskhan do the same thing. Miltank is a good stealth rocker. Jinx is a good sweeper. Oricorio gets all 4 types. Sneasel's still in there. If you wanted to find something, maybe someone might try and take, like, you know, something that's like a budget Weavile. Relicanth can hurt quite a bit. Alolan Dougie doesn't want to actually deal with it. I kind of agree with that, actually. It's a very fast steel type that could just take out. Looking at his team, let's see if it actually affects his team. It could, actually. It's a little bit difficult for him to handle. So, even though he has, like, the Slowbro and the Chandelure to handle it. Or not the Chandelure, but he does take out some threats to his team. So I definitely like that ban. Okay, now, let's do this correctly. We go all the way back to Lukeman. We will continue the snake back up. 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay. Lukeman, back to you. You picked a UUmon, which means PUNU or RU pick, please. Frogadier is still a pick, actually. That's a Pokemon I didn't even mention. Frogadier is just super strong. He's actually going to pick up Noivern. I like this. Very fast Pokemon. Gets Hurricane and Draco support. Can put down a lot of pressure. Considering that we're seeing a lot of Fairy and Steel being banned out, I think Noivern actually comes up a little bit with its strength. Ledians. Diego picked an RU Pokemon. So he has a pick of the litter here from anything else. Something tells me he's going to get Staraptor. Or he might even go Alolan Muck, try and go a little bit faster. Oh my god, he went Alolan Muck. I meant fatter, not faster. Alrighty. Muck Alolan form. This Pokemon was a threat. With Dagger playing it in the Celebrity Edition, one of his more powerful Pokemon brought a ton of pain to the team with a ton of bulk. I like the pickup. Just further adds to Diego's playstyle. Mitch / Frank. You picked up Haxorus, which is a UU Pokemon. PUNU or RU, please? Oh, that's unfortunate, Zelda. Sorry to hear that, man. Cloyster, actually scoops it up. Interesting that he hates playing against it, but will take it, and he does end up taking the Cloyster. Another good Shell Smasher. Actually, there's quite a bit of Shell Smashers that ended up in this draft. But he actually has two of them, Corvus and Cloyster. Interesting, actually. But now that I'm looking at it, he's picking up a fair amount of offense now, mixed with the Serperior Pidgeot, and then he also has defense in the form of Araquanid with the Quagsire. But he might be running a little bit of issues here with typing, so we'll see if he can clean it up in the last two picks. Ivan, you picked up Nidoking, which is a UU Pokemon. I need you to pick an RU or a PUNU, please. Oh god, he's going King Rock Cloyster. Jeebus. Donphan. In RU, very nice Pokemon to pick up. Obviously, it's your standard Rocker Stealth, or god, Rocker Spinner. Thank you. I wanted to say Rockefeller. That's just weird. Standard Rocker Sweeper, has the Ice Shard, just does its job well, is tanking up hits on the defensive side. It's going to do well for it. Rich, you picked up an OU Pokemon. Did you? I'm an idiot. I feel so stupid. What tier is Weavile? I'm looking it up. It's OU. No, it's OU. Was it UU? Oh, it shows an OU here. Okay, it was UU. Thank you. You can choose a PUNU or RU Pokemon. Smogon's wrong. Oh, that's X and Y. I'm a moron. Thank you. We figured that one out by now. It is UU. I was looking at the wrong... I was looking at X and Y. My bad. It's weird seeing some of these Pokemon in these lower tiers. It is really disorienting, though, to be honest. Either way, Rich, you got to pick below here. What are you taking? I feel like Yanmega's coming, or Feraligatr. Even Gligar would be seeming like it. Oh my god, he's actually picking up Necrozma. Interesting. I'm curious to see what he's going to do with it. Looks like just another strong Psychic type for him. It does have decent stats, and it does get like that really strong Psychic Z move, I believe, so... Also boosts some good stats. If I also recall, doesn't it resist... Doesn't its ability like shut down Dark and... What is it? Shuts down normal hits? I can't remember. I can't remember what Necrozma does, but I know it does get some good stuff here. It's not 4th gen, I'm surprised. Tyler, you picked Flygon, which is an RU Pokemon. You can pick anything else here, sir. Magneton. Ooh, like it. Some oldies for Tyler. He's actually just sticking, Scrubbing is just sticking straight to comfort. He knows how to play this Magneton. He's played it before. He will play it again as he goes through with it. Mitchie, you picked up Mandibuzz, which is a UU Pokemon. Your pick a PUNU or RU. It's starting to get really thin up at the top, though, so... Last two picks, you might see Galissa Padres and Mitch potentially abuse the Gliscor Staraptor pickup. Oddly enough, Gliscor and Gligar are both in this draft, so... You had Magneton last time? Didn't he use it in Season 2, though? Didn't Tyler have it in Season... I feel like he had it one season, didn't he? He wasn't? Really? I thought he was. Who am I thinking then? Obviously, whoever's playing for Tyler was phenomenal, if I remember the team. Roserade. Stealth Rocks. Or... Goodbye, guys. I would like to inform you that in Sun and Moon, the developers of Pokemon believe that Sleep Powder should have been broken, so Sleep Powder is now actually a Stealth Rock setup and puts you to sleep at the same time. Either way, though, has Sleep Powder support and all that other stuff. Galissa Padres, your last pick, you picked Metagross, PUNU or RU Pokemon. Toxic Spikes, Spikes, nice support for your Pokemon. You had Roserade. Yeah, you did, Diego, I'm pretty sure. Let's see what World Leader finishes off with, because now he gets the next pick, try and steal away something on a fresh rotation, so we'll see what he's going to end up doing. In case you guys are wondering why they're picking from different tiers, the way that we do this draft is that you have to pick from particular tiers based on your odd number of drafts. What do you mean you didn't have it? You said you had it. Hey. Oh, you did the question mark because I left. Either way. You know, I actually found the archives to Season 2. Well, we showed you the Steam-powered Sky Shark battles, but... Yes, World Leader, it is your pick. PUNU or RU? Oh, you had Magneton. It's hard to remember. You realize I play like 70,000 games on this stream? I can't remember anything. Can't remember a thing. Just wait until the battles, guys. They sound super fantastic when I start saying that Roserade went for the Stealth Rocks. Best tournament you can find in Canada. Woohoo! Oh yeah, Diego, what's my birthday? Without looking at Skype. Ooh, thanks for playing, Diego, but you're wrong. That's good. There you go, Rich. World Leader, your pick. Gigalith. Oh, let me confirm. You picked a UU. Yes, he's good. Gigalith actually picks up the sand for himself, so we have both the Powdon and the Gigalith scooped up. Interesting choice, but I do like the Gigalith. It does have some obvious good pressure here. It has good attack and defense, and plus brings out stuff like Rock Blast, Explosion, stuff like that. Just a good, solid, literally solid Pokemon. So it's going to be good. And then World Leader's actually going to follow up with a Gliscor Scoop Up. Going to take the last UU Pokemon out of the pool just to give himself that extra bulky defense. Mitchie, your pick of anything in the tier, sir. UU has been emptied. Staraptor is the last over the RU Pokemon. After that, there's still a lot of power. That's the scary thing. And there it is. I felt like Mitch would take Staraptor. Empties it. They do have those capabilities to take the higher Pokemon because they get to pick first. They clean up the top. Tyler, it looks like you're going to have to pick the best of RU or PUNU. What is your decision? Still a lot of great threats left out there. Rhyperior, Golisopod, potentially a lot of people don't want to play, but it is a very powerful Pokemon. Heliolisk, a nice electric Pokemon if you're missing some speed, and some nice stab with Hyper Voice and Thunderbolt. Yanmega for obvious reasons, Tinted Lens and Speed Boost. Bronzong for Stealth Rock support. I got that one right. As well as a very bulky Gyro Ball user. But he's going to take his Feraligatr, and I think Diego remembers what happens with Feraligatr. This thing is definitely a Tyler favorite. That one I know for sure. But Feraligatr is going to do a lot of work for him. He's going to be able to scoop it up in an RU thing too, which is not going to matter. He's going to have to go PUNU regardless on his last pick. Inert Fury. What fat Pokemon are you going to take? Is it going to be a 4th gen? What meme is it going to be? Hashtag not 4th gen? Or hashtag fat team? Hashtag fast team? Hashtag Rich is going to win this? Hashtag Diego is a wannabe Rich. Nothing, Diego. You didn't hear a thing. You don't want it to make sense. That's the problem, Diego. You want to be rich. You just can't be. I love that debated sign. Rich, what are you picking up? I'm going to say Bronzong or Yanmega. I feel like that's what he's going to do. You want to be... Yeah, you can't be, though. Rich is unique. Rich is the leader. He's going to pick up Gligar. Okay, so it doesn't get his Gliscor, but he does get the Gligar. Very fat Pokemon. Is, of course, its inherent weakness is losing its Eviolite, but you don't knock it off. The thing stays strong, and that's going to actually round out more of his defensive stats here. Now has that nice defensive Pokemon to be kind of synergized here with the Celebi or Milotic, as well as with stuff like Rotom, Heat, and Sableye. That's more fatness, ladies and gentlemen. Ivan, your pick, please. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the trading pool, there's not going to be a hell of a lot left to actually pick up here, so... Very curious to see what he's going to be going for. No, it's Paul. Oh, wait, that's the next pick. Next pick, or a couple of picks is Paul. Heliolisk. Ooh, I like it. Does pick up an electric type that is going to cover for him. There we go. Don't think he actually has an electric type on his team yet. Nope, he's going to be able to round that out, though, by taking that. It's a good call. Plus, the fighting types have been kind of reduced, so he can handle. He also controls one of the fighting types in the pool, so... Going to be going through with that. Excellent decision. Mitch/Frank, your pick, please. Yanmega. It's about time that thing gets scooped up. I'm really liking it. Definitely, again, another... They're taking a bunch of sweepers now, so clearly they feel comfortable with going of a more hyper-aggressive style here. You don't see a lot of defense... I mean, Quagsire or Rakun, don't get me wrong, are defensive Pokemon. Bunch of Pokemon that can go offensive and just kind of take over here. Diego, what are you going to finish your team with? I feel like you're going to go Bronzong for some reason. I don't know. Maybe Rhyperior. You're just going for so many fat things. He ends up going for the bulletproof Chestnut. Dear God, he actually got his Fire Water Grass Core, except there's no defensive fire type on there. I'm pretty sure Talonflame might be it, maybe. He's got so much power at this point, but look at the fatness. He's got Mantine, Chestnut, Talonflame, mixed with a Cresselia Cofagrigus. That's disgusting, how he's actually getting away with his own style in his own right. Sentret's, well, here's the deal. There's nowhere else to pick from, so... Lukeman, you get an RU and a PUNU Pokemon. Which two will they be to round out the ProPokeBowl draft for Season 3? I'm just saying it's an option, Diego. He is going to pick up the Rhyperior, and then the NUPU Pokemon you're going to pick up. Curveballs. What is this, baseball? Dear God. What NUPU Pokemon? If he picks up a Rhyperior, I feel like something that could finish off his team would be like a Miltank or even Murkrow. Murkrow is pretty good. It does get the... Prankster, but he is going to end up going with Budget Weavile, aka Sneasel. Still a fast Pokemon, still puts down a lot of pressure. Definitely a nice little round out to give him some of that dark pressure. He actually doesn't have a dark type on his team right now, so that's going to help him finish that off and have another offensive threat. I definitely like what he's done with his team. Very, very basic. Not seeing too many... Well, you do see some things, but he has the Garivire and he finishes off with a Sneasel. I love it. Diego. Your PUNU pick, please. What is the last Pokemon Diego is picking up? He might go for... I don't know if he'd go for Wartortle. He might go for Frogadier. Frogadier's a really good option here. Crustle is another good option for him. If he's going to be going for it. He actually ends up going for Murkrow. Goes for one more stall Pokemon. You know what's disgusting? He got away with it for Klefki. Now Murkrow's going to do the exact same freaking thing. How do you guys let Diego get his How do you let Diego get the same team? He literally... It's literally the same poop, different yard. Like, good God. Diego's a legend. Anyways, Mitch, what's that curveball? He picked Yanmega. It's a PUNU Mon. What is he going for? I'm going to call it Butterfree. Butterfree or Probopass? I'm calling it. If he's throwing a curveball. Probopass would trap the few steel types that are in this and go for HP Fire and kind of take them out. He's actually going Oricorio. So something I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, similar to the Wormadam Law, if you pick up Oricorio, you actually get all 4 types of them. The man has gone for the flexibility of that play. Super exciting. I remember the plays of Wormadam. I believe it was done by Doodle Humper. I can't remember who actually had it. I think it was him, though. Made it good use between the sand and the steel form. He actually picks it up. Let's see if he's going to use it. He could definitely have that nice little addition to him. Ivan, PUNU Pokemon, please. Let's see, on Ivan's team here. Might be looking for another defensive Pokemon. Might go in the way of the Miltank. Maybe Frogadiers have another offense there. I mean, Frogadier not being picked up. Oh, yeah, that's right. They copy dance setups. That's right. Swords Dance, Quiver Dance. Which is funny because on his team, he already has a Swords Dance and a Quiver Dance person, so. But yeah, you could copy the dance moves, which is going to make it very difficult for some Pokemon to kind of feel comfortable. There's also Oricorio. Its ability, Frank, is it copies dance moves, so if you use a Swords Dance in front of Oricorio, it also gets the SD for free. But again, it is Oricorio. Its stats are not the absolute biggest, so. Figured that would happen the moment I said Frogadier. I mean, Frogadier still gets Protean. It still gets a lot of the moveset that Greninja gets. It's the budget one. It's going to do well, though. 97 speed and I think something like 80 special attack or something like that. It's just really, really good. I've always loved using it in the PUNU meta back, especially in 6th Gen when they had it there. It was like, I'm amazed no one actually picked this thing up. With Life Orb, it's just super, super strong. Alright, Rich. PUNU choice for Rich. What are the Houston Hawluchas going to pick up? Other than the fact that they did not pick up Hawlucha themselves, which is a big disappointment. Miltank. Mother of God. Team Fat. Team Whitney. He went Team Whitney. He went there. Pulling out his goldenrod to assert authority. Pimp Slap. Goes for the Miltank. This thing has base 100 speed with Stealth Rock and has 90 attack. It's disgusting, alright? This thing is actually really strong in the lower tiers, especially for mixed draft. You know, I think it rounds out exactly what he wants to go for. He's got a lot of things that sound like milk. Miltank, Melodic, Milklodic. You have to name all your Pokemon after milk products now, Rich. I hope you know that. Bagged milk is a good option for you, by the way. Alright, well, Tyler Scrubbington. Last pick from the PUNU tier, please. Thinking about Tyler, he might go Crustle. I know he hasn't had a good time with Crustle. He might even go Ambipom. Ambipom being put down there is not the worst thing in the world. Does get the double hit, has the U-turn with the fake out. Dusknoir is another great option for him, I think. Could even go Kangaskhan if he wants a fake out user. Oh my god. You know what's sad, though? I feel like Rich is just doing this, and he's going to pull out, like, the best thing ever. He does end up picking up Dusknoir. Hey, I called it. That's pretty cool, man. I was just looking, I'm like, Dusknoir does complete this quite well. Another bulky attacker just to complete some of his options here. That's going to help out significantly, so awesome. Definitely, like, this feels like a Tyler S team, right? Nice balance between offense and defense, nice balance of typings. All over the place there. Beautiful. Mitchie, what do you got for me? I'm not recommending your picks, man. I'm doing the routes here. Now, because Mitch actually picked an OU Pokemon, he must pick PUNU. He cannot touch RU. So here we go. What could he possibly want? From this, Vivillon is another Quiver Dance person. Relicanth is a nice hitter. Wartortle is a nice spinner, which I don't know if he actually has yet or not. He does a Mana Buzz with Defog, but he could go for the spinning option here if he wanted to. Propass is a way for tapping Steel types. Gumshoes, I don't know. See what he goes for. He actually ends up going for not Butterfree. That's not him. Oh, is it French Diego? Vivian? I think Vivian is... No, Butterfree gets Compound Eyes? What is... No, Vivian also gets Compound Eyes, I believe. I can't remember. He is going to pick up Crustle. I was actually just thinking, like, the thing to complete this is a Shell Smash user, but also a setup poke who's going to take in the form of Crustle. Very fat, can do some work, does get knockoff and stuff like that. Just adds to more and more layers of solidified strengths. Nobody pick Wailord. It is in the trade section, Goomba. I apologize. Last but not least, to finish off the Season 3 face, World Leader must pick. He can pick extra PUNU or RU. They both get Compound Eyes, right? Yeah. So I think Vivian is slightly stronger. I think, stats-wise. Alright, Frank, thanks for coming out, man. Next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m., okay? Thank you, sir. You can play under your own alt as well. That's the thing with subs. They don't have to play under the name. World Leader has the pick of the thing here. He might go your boy Guzma. Guzma. Ew, it's Guzma, please. It's disgusting. Guzma? He could go Golisopod. That's why it was banned, Goomba. Could go Bronzong as well. I don't know. He has a lot of different things. Knowing what he wants to do, he could go Chatot as well. Kangaskhan's another option. Jinx, also, I think, an overlooked option. This is good sweeping. It does get, like, Z Lovely Kiss, puts them to sleep, and gives you a speed boost. Let's take a look at his team. He does have a fair amount of bulk already. I don't know if he needs more bulk. He might go more strength. Oh, the first impression would impress me, Rich. But let's see what he actually wants to do with it. I feel like Chatot might be the choice here. I feel like it. That's unfortunate, Mitch. You do have a hyper aggro team, though. You can definitely see it in the picks. Is he actually going for the team mascot? No way. Are you actually going for it? He takes Golisopod. Triple G at the end there, nice. Yes, I am, Mitchie. I think Golisopod is still a nice fat option. Does give him extra switching around, stuff like that. Considering that he has some fairly offensive Pokemon here with Gengar and Chandelure and stuff like that, Emergency Exit can actually help you out in some cases here. But definitely liking what he's done here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the draft. All of these will be added to the... wow. All of these will be added to the trade pool right after this. But first... Wow. I'm actually... I might not sound it, but I am extremely excited to see this play out. Everybody's got such a neat little team with what they're going to be going with. So let's review these in some detail. We'll just go in order from here with the Golisopodres. Starting off with the Golisopodres, I definitely feel like in this particular situation, World Leader's draft is much better this time than the Celebrity Edition and even Season 2 if he was in it. Yeah, he was, okay. But I definitely like what he's done here. He's taken a lot of good offense here between the likes of Gengar with Zoroark and Chandelure, and then mixes it up with other bulky setup pokes like Slowbro, Metagross, and at the same time has some other touches in there like Gliscor, Golisopod to be able to tank hits up. Even Claydol comes in there. Knowing what the meta is, he seems to have a good amount of defense against the fighting types, although he might have to keep something like Claydol on hand or Slowbro, of course, just make sure he doesn't get too overrun. But doesn't look like his team could be really necessarily... It could be a little susceptible to setup, but he does have a lot of just raw power on his team, so I'm liking what he's bringing with some of those options, like, again, the Gliscor coming in just to give him that extra defensive option, stuff like that. I'm definitely liking this draft a lot more than what it was before. Now, looking at Mitch's team, I think he's gone for the Value City team this time. For the ban list, Goomba? Okay, man. I'll take a look at it. Oh, yes, that's right. What is this? Oh, where is it, Goomba? You can give it to me and I'll copy it. Looking at Mitch's team, though, it definitely looks... I like what the Nidoran males have done with this. It's just a lot of fat Pokemon, but he has the support of Mega Manectric, Crocodile, Darmanitan, Dragalge. Like, a lot of them might be slow, but they're going to be doing a lot. And then he has those fast cleanup Pokemon. His style in the Celebrity Edition was more kind of like balanced aggro, so this is more of a balanced team, as I know that Mitch. Because between Mitch, Tyler, Diego, and myself, we all play around some kind of balanced sort of team. Mitch was generally the more aggressive one, Diego's more the defensive one, and then Tyler and I would argue be more like in the middle of always looking for the perfect balance. So I definitely I think Mitch has picked up something that's going to be better for him. He's also played more 7th gen with him, so this is going to help him solidify a little bit more. He has some powerful picks here, the powerful Star Raptor, going with the Alomomola support Regenerator, and so all this stuff. I definitely think he's going to be okay. He also has, you know, he has a couple of rocks set up here, Registeel, Crustle, stuff like that. He can go Shell Smash if Crustle really wants to. But definitely liking it. I think so far these two have improved on their comps from the Celebrity Edition. Tyler's team. First of all, gotta give him props. The Conkeldurr was the most sought-up Pokemon. Obviously, it apparently has very little to no answers to it. Fighting was the strong focal point of this draft. You saw there were very few Fairy types. A lot of them would be banned out anyways because they would be the strong Fairy types. And cleaning out the other Pokemon, Conkeldurr is a clear winner. So, definitely grabbing a nice mix for himself. He has the setup sweeper in the form of Flygon and Feraligatr. He has the bulky sweepers in the form of Conkeldurr, Escavalier, Dusknoir. And then on top of that, he still has a nice defensive set here. He's got the Smeargle to set up the hazards. He's got the Amoonguss to set up the status. Minior, which can do a lot of work with the Shell Smash. Forgot to mention that one. But he has what seems to be a very homely team to Tyler. He's always been good at drafting Pokemon that are good for him. And I think, again, this is almost like what he was doing in the Celebrity Edition. I think he's got some great stuff. I would argue because he didn't necessarily pick up like a strong thing like Mega Alakazam, he might have to work a little bit harder to set up. But I'm liking the balance of this team. It's definitely going to play into his strengths and what he knows. And he's always been good at picking stuff up like that. Now, Inert Fury. I don't know what happened in the last 5 picks. See you later, Acrolance. However, other than the Shedinja Glalie randomization in for him, you know, I gotta give credit to Rich. Honestly, he picked 10 of his 12 Pokemon. He's got the Mega Sableye, he's got the Rotom Heat, he's got a lot of bulk to this, but having said all that, he can play out I know him as being able to play a lot of strategies. Generally does not go... I don't see him as necessarily an aggressive player. He definitely plays by the textbook, similar to the play of Tyler and Diego. So, in a sense, I kind of like it. He has the Weavile, and it feels like if he works around his defensive Pokemon, he might go down to like a 1 or 2 threat Pokemon. So, you know, he's got some switching between the Gligar and the Rotom Heat. He's got the Weavile, which is really other than Mega Glalie and Honchkrow, kind of his clinching Pokemon. He could have Rhydon was SD, but otherwise, I like it. I feel like it fell a little short, but he's got the bulk there, so I feel like he can make his way through. He might be a little susceptible to setup, though. He's most likely going to have to go offensive Celebi more times than not. So, I don't know. And I'm really curious to see what he's going to do with Necrozma. I haven't seen Necrozma played, so I'm more or less curious. I'm on the fence about Rich's team, but I do think that he can make this work. He obviously picked it, not just a meme, even though Rich is like the meme lord. So, you know, we'll see what he can do with it. Now, Ivan, he's been picking up Pokemon left and right that come all the way back to Season 1. Picks up very comfortable defensive core. Picks up the very offensive Pokemon, Terrakion, Durant, stuff like that. I think this is a very strong team, although I will argue he did not get as much bulk as he usually does, nor did he get as much, how do you say, like, auto offense Pokemon, like Tornadus T, like really fast Pokemon that could just do stuff on its own. The most you'd be looking at is like Terrakion and Delphox maybe, and even Frogadier. He didn't get as many auto killers or auto attackers. I don't know how else to explain it, but basically like Pokemon that don't necessarily need to set up. Like he usually likes using Pokemon that don't have to set up a lot, and he just uses defensive core to kind of whittle down people's teams. This one doesn't have as many auto attackers, so as many as he's used to, and not as many he's got more of a balance between the offense and defense. So doesn't necessarily play into what I see Ivan doing, but we'll see what he can do with it, obviously. We do know that he's got the likes of Donphan mixed with the Manaphy and a Shaman, so he's got a nice core there. The Florge is going to help him out as well. Like, I mean, Florge with some defense investment could probably tank up the fighting hits. Does have to be careful about the poison threats, of course. A lot of people do have poison threats on their team, so Fairy's actually looking quite targeted here. But I trust Ivan can come up with some shenanigans, for sure. Alright. Mitch's team, Mitch926, new face, have no idea how he plays, but you can just tell from that team, he's got, what, 2 defensive Pokemon? He's got potentially 3 if Gorbis goes defensive. The man went full aggro, and I like this. We've seen this before. We saw this in the likes of Daggerdrome. He played it quite aggressively. He played quite aggressively. Oxum played it quite aggressively in Season 2. It's definitely got a lot of damage. Now, we've talked about this with Mitch's team back in the Celebrity Edition as well. When we see these types of hyper aggro teams, I personally feel that hyper aggro needs a bunch of skill to honestly play it out, because it's definitely a team that needs to take out the threats properly, and without proper prediction, you generally fall off towards the mid-game in a battle, right? So if he can successfully kill off the threats and kill off the killers that would take his team out no problem, I think he can make this work. However, he was saying... This is Chaos 2.0, that's right. Chaos was the one who brought out the ultimate hyper aggro team, and to an extent made it work, right? But Chaos was a good example of... Once his team did not get the kills and it was walled a bit, and he was just getting slowly withered away between hazards and status, it just got to a point where his team just completely fell off. And I feel like this could be the same thing here. He does have the Comfort in the Quagsire and the Araquanid, but again, 2 water types with secondary typings, not necessarily his strongest bet here. But, I mean, some Pokemon here, like Superior gets Glare, for example. He could have some Pokemon that can run some defensive stuff. But I feel like the way that he's drafted, he's definitely looking to win the game as fast as possible and just kind of take away the skill and the effort. Well, not the effort, but definitely looking to show that he can read a team, send out the proper threats, and take it from there. So I'm curious to see if he can actually do that. I don't want to have to talk about Diego's team. He got the exact same freaking team. Like, he got everything he wanted. He got the bulky water type, he got the bulky grass type, he got the prankster player, he's got the defensive Mons that still can do a bunch of damage, he's got the setup Cresselia, the setup Cofagrigus, he's got the Talonflame as kind of like a pseudo finisher cleanup Pokemon. Like, he keeps doing this. However, on a serious standpoint, this plays exactly into Diego's playstyle. We saw it in Iron Man and Celebrity Edition, we saw it in Season 2, which was arguably, I would say, Celebrity Edition was a much better draft out of him than Season 2, because now there were bans. He played the bans around quite well and just picked up exactly what he wanted. Knew when he had to give in. He would have loved Heatran on this team because that's his thing. He wasn't going to get near it, so he just bans it and makes up with it by picking up other Pokemon that he can kind of supplement. But, you know, between Critra and Talonflame and even the Zapdos, these Pokemon are just going to wreck through teams, and he can tank up so many hits. Even the Hawlucha, I didn't even see Hawlucha was in there. It's so fat. However, I will say this. At least with this team, there's less susceptibility to him being set up on, depending on what movesets he uses. Cresselia is usually susceptible to setup. Cofagrigus not so much. It tends to put a lot of pressure out between the Mummy and just having stuff like Will-O-Wisp. And then he also has the Murkrow, which can go for Taunt and Thunder Wave and things like this. So he's got a fair amount of annoyance. He's actually, I think, improved upon his defensive core and kind of just used different Pokemon, but still stopped it from being like, hey, I can stand here in SD all day. So, definitely, it's a Diego team. I'm sure he'll do well with it. Last but not least, Lukeman, another guy we have not seen battle. But I really like what he did with this team. He picked up a lot of arguably lower-tiered Pokemon, but he's picked up exactly what I think he wanted. He got the Garivire from 4th Gen. He's got the Sneasel, the budget Weavile. He's got the Blissey, which is arguably the budget Chansey, I guess. And he's just got a lot of stuff that he can really put to use. He's got the Togekiss for the special defensive Pokemon. He's got the Quillfish to synergize. Like, it almost looks like when he's making these picks, he made them, like, Quillfish, Togekiss, Gyarados, Electivire, Rhyperior, Sneasel. It almost feels like he really chose, like, the 2 Pokemon he wanted, and he got them, right? He got the pairings he really wanted. So I'm excited to see what he can do with this. Speed seems to be a bit of an issue outside of the Sneasel and the Noivern. I mean, you got stuff like, if we ignore stuff like Volcarona and things like that, Pokemon that could just kind of come in and do stuff, seems to be a bit on that weak side, but clearly he's drafted with some kind of combos in mind. So unfortunately, Team Builder might, or the fact that you could see his team in advance, if you couldn't see this team coming, that is Elf Garravire mixed with like Blissey Rhyperior type of stuff would just be really, really scary. So I'm very curious to see what he could do now with Team Builder being available. Yes, you're going to see the matchups right now, Mitch. So I like this. I'm definitely liking all 8 teams. I'm not going to choose a personal favorite yet. I'm going to still give it to Tyler and Diego for having just very comfortable teams. I think they've really drafted stuff. But definitely improvements from World Leader and Mitch, I think, honestly. They've chosen better teams that are going to work out for them. And then we'll have to see what the new guys can do. And then going back to Ivan, he's definitely working with, again, same poop, different issue here, different yard. It's going to be interesting. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have your pools up here. So what ends up happening is we are going to randomize, we're going to shuffle the seeds a little bit, just to make sure that they are all randomized non-stop. Get these mixed up here, of course. Let's see, we're going to be gone. 3 shuffle seeds. This bracket will be posted immediately after the tournament. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to see how we begin the ProPokeBowl Season 3. Where the hell is the do button? Do it. We're going to lock it in before looking at the matchups. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It is in. Right here. The tournament has begun. Let's take a look at Week 1's matchups. The Ottawa Centrets versus W. Wellington. The New York Nidoran Males versus the Arizona Articunos. Galissa Padres versus Houston Haluchas. And Mitch versus Diego. Week 1. Oh, I think he kind of wanted to avoid that. Ooh, that is... Wow. I think the reason why was Mitch going to be looking for advice from Diego to kind of get his way through, because I was kind of thinking, I'm like, I wonder if people are going to be working together in this tournament. And now look what we've done. We've paired up Mitch versus Tyler, Mitchie versus Tyler, and then Mitch versus Diego. Week 1 is going to set the tone for the entire tournament, I think. World Leader up against Rich. And then Lukeman versus Ivan. That actually might be a really interesting one. I'm curious to see. Again, we haven't seen these 3 players' matchups, although I have seen Rich play before. I'm curious to see what Lukeman and Mitch's replacement, Frank, is going to be bringing to it. So just as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, Frank will be subbing in. He session will be subbing in for the New York Ninetales next week, so he will be playing under that. I have just some requests for you guys, just as a reminder for some administrative stuff. Your showdown name you will play under your team name, please. So you will have stuff like W. Wellington, Galissa Padres as your alts, as your showdown account, so you fight each other on. Makes it easier to find, but also makes it so that I can professionally record and put in the updates so you guys can just read it really quickly. The other thing is, you guys are allowed to give me a logo and a theme song to play with your entries next week. So week 1, we do a little bit of an introductions for all you guys. The theme song must be a video game related song. Please avoid Legend of Zelda. I've had issues with VODs in the past for Legend of Zelda. For some reason, some songs get hit, others don't. So, please keep that in mind. If you guys do want to send me a logo. If not, you have until next Tuesday to send it in to me. Please make sure you find me on stream or just send it to me privately and let me know. Make sure you find me live to say I sent you the stuff. So... please do that by next Tuesday. If not, I'm just going to make a generic one for you, which is no big deal, but I need to know just so I can go from there. But yeah, there we go. All-Star 8-bit Shrek. Oh my god. But yeah, so that's just some of the administrative stuff, you guys. This will be posted on the channel for you guys to take a look at for the tournament. All the information you need is in the ProPokeBowl section down below in the channel. If you have any other questions, please direct them to me either on or offline. I will be happy to answer them. All this information is updated weekly. You will get the information. Like I said, there are no trades allowed in Week 1, so make sure you keep that in mind. Also, I'd like to show you a website called PokePastes. This website here is going to be the website I'm going to ask you guys to put your teams in. So what you end up doing is you just take a team, you post it in here, you put it in, and it's gonna release it out here. I'm just gonna move this up slightly. Is there any way you could see this better? Cool. Going on to the internet. The internet link. Whoa, hello. You can't see a thing. Okay, but basically what you do is you go to PokePaste, you can see that you can put your things in there. It makes some pictures for you and stuff like that, so don't worry about it. Just go check it out. I'm going to ask you guys put your links into that. I'm going to update that in the rules, as well as just give you the link again before next week. Your teams must be done before the tournament. You must hand them in. I'm going to try my best to go live 10 to 15 minutes before each match, or each week, so you guys can hand them in. We cannot start until we have all 8 paste bins. For Frank, you must bring your paste bin with you. Mitch is going to supply it to you. You have to bring it to me. That's your responsibility, alright? If you don't have it, you got to make it quickly using that PokePaste website right there. Please make sure you have it dog marked or whatever you're going to do with it. If there are no other questions about that, that has been the Pro Pokeball Season 3 Draft. Thank you much for coming out, guys. Next battle day will be August 16th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Do not miss it. You saw the matchups. I'm super excited for these. This is just super, super awesome. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. It's been a pleasure for me to host this. I will see you next week. Until then, take care. Good luck to all of our participants. Peace.